Hi, I'm Farron Pratt, president of First Dakota National Bank in Vermillion. It's just about game time, so grab some snacks, find your seat, and get ready to cheer on the Tanagers to a victory along with First Dakota. And after the game, when you've had a chance to catch your breath, come on down to First Dakota National Bank and chat with us about how we can win your business too. We've got a pretty impressive team, if I do say so myself. But for now, it's game time. Let's go Tanagers!
Good afternoon and welcome to Madison, South Dakota, heart of the DAK XII NEC Clash. I'm Michael Schumacher alongside Jake Logue as we're getting ready to bring you Vermillion Tanagers basketball as they're going to be taking on the Sisseton Redmen. It has been a huge week for the Vermillion Tanagers, and so we're going to discuss all of that coming up right now. You have Lennox doing battle with Clark Willow Lake in the first game at the main gym, followed by Vermillion versus Sisseton. Oak Point Jefferson will take on Groton area. Sioux Falls Christian will be taking on Aberdeen Roncalli, and Dakota Valley will be taking on Hamlin. In the auxiliary gym, Madison is taking on Redfield, Del Rapids is taking on Dual, West Central taking on Webster area, Tri-Valley versus Rapid City Christian, and Canton versus Millbank. So a good lineup of games here tonight, or today, at the Madison Gymnasium. Again, Vermillion, it's been a big week in Vermillion Tanager basketball. As we're at the half here between Lennox and Clark Willow Lake. Lennox leads 32-12 at the half, and so we'll be back with that. And when they come back with the second half, we will follow the action. I'll keep you updated on the score. But this is, again, Tanager basketball brought to you by First Dakota National Bank, and this will be the Masaba scoreboard. No, you just need to click on it to start. And this is brought to you by First Dakota National Bank. Again, this is the Carlson's Body Shop pregame show, Carlson's Body Shop, and so we'll broadcast the second half as there's a 10-minute halftime here. But let's take a look at Vermillion basketball this week, as Vermillion, like I said, had a big week starting on Tuesday with both teams with decisive victories over Beersford. So Vermillion started off with a nice opening the night with a nice win over Beersford, 61-34. So Beersford now 8-8 on the season. Vermillion at that time was 13-3. They then had the boys. Well, the boys that night also defeated Beersford by a significant margin. And this was just a kickoff to a big week. Vermillion beat Beersford, who fell to 8-6, 61-38. So 61-38 for that victory for the Tanagers, who were then 12-3. The then Tanager Girls ended up playing Sioux Falls Christian. Sioux Falls Christian, the then top-ranked and undefeated team in Class AA, or in Class A. And also a DAK XII opponent and Region 4A opponent, which is probably even more important. Well, Vermillion came away from the birdcage with a decisive 53-38 victory over the top-ranked and top-seeded Sioux Falls Christian Chargers. That brought the Vermillion Tanagers to a record of 14-3, which brings them to today as they're taking on the Sisseton Redmen, who are 10-5. We'll discuss that more here in just a little bit. But the Vermillion boys then last night took on a Groton area team that was 10-4. They're now 10-5. Vermillion defeated them 75-65. But they were behind greatly. They had 19 points in the first quarter. They had 39 in the first half. And Vermillion trailed by 8 after the first quarter, trailed by 6 after the second quarter. So heading into halftime, they were down, but they had a quick run to tie it up in the third quarter. Played fairly evenly throughout the third quarter. Vermillion did eke out a 3-point lead on the back of Carter Hansen. About a half-court 3-point shot that banked in. Gave Vermillion that momentum heading into the fourth quarter. And then just took it from there and ended up winning 75-65. Now, Groton area is a team that plays some really good basketball, some quick players, some big players. So a nice nice win for the Tanagers because they're able to prove that they can play any style of basketball. So that's huge as they go into this next week, as next week is big for the Tanagers, both boys and girls as well. So then the Tanager Girls today come into this matchup against Sisseton. Sisseton 10-5, Vermillion again 14-3. So let's take a look at Sisseton. Well, they started off their season with 2 wins against Great Plains Lutheran and Sioux Valley. They then had 3 losses to Mobridge Pollock, 57-69. Mobridge Pollock is 12-2 on the season. Groton area, who's now 12-4. They lost to them by 3. Mitchell, a Class AA team, 12-2 at the Corn Palace. They fell to them by 5. So 3 tough losses to 3 teams that have a combined 8 losses. So if you want to call them good losses, that's what they would be. They then defeated Aberdeen Christian 75-17, fell to Aberdeen Roncalli 42-54. Aberdeen Roncalli is 11-3 on the season. They then went on a 4-game winning streak over Oaks, North Dakota, Winnebago, Nebraska, Webster area, and Redfield. They then fell to number 4 Hamlin, who's 12-2, 71-58. Defeated Phillip, defeated Britton Hecla, and then defeated Clark Willow Lake, this team that we're seeing right now against Lennox. They defeated Clark Willow Lake by a score of 55-37. Sisseton is led by Crystal Longinger. There's a whole family of them, and she is averaging right now 23.1 points per game, 12.9 rebounds, a 1 assist, and 3.5 blocks. But she's not the only player on this team. Of the starters, Ruby Rice averages 5, Elliot Hortness averages 7, Sailor Longinger, a sophomore, 6'2 sophomore, averages 6.7, and Tara Nelson, a 5'6 senior starter, averages 5.6. So those are your main starters. And then Kennedy Hansen, another one who gets regular rotation time, it averages 4.3 points per game, and 3.1 rebounds and 1.7 assists. So nice all-around complete games going for these Tanagers, for the Redmen, I should say. And that is going to be a big matchup for the Tanagers today as they continue on. Let's take a look at the most recent South Dakota Prep Media polls as we, and some of this is going to change because some of these people have lost. But when you take a look at the most recent Prep Media poll in boys action, let's take a look at that. Class AA, Brandon Valley, 10 first place votes at 11-1. Lincoln in second with 6 first place votes at 11-1. Mitchell in third with 2 first place votes at 10-2. Harrisburg in fourth with 1 first place vote at 10-2. And Huron and Washington tied in fifth, and receiving votes O'Gorman and Spearfish. And so we're going to take a quick break. We'll come back with the rest of the South Dakota Prep Media Poll as they start wrapping up halftime and the second half of Clark Willow Lake and Lennox. This is Tanager Basketball, brought to you by First Dakota National Bank. I'm Michael Schumacher alongside Jake Logue, and this is ESPN Radio and Vermillion streaming on YouTube.
The Pizza Ranch Vermillion is your event headquarters. Enjoy the crisp salad bar, the country's best chicken, and fresh pizza. Want a custom pizza? Just ask. We are proud to offer the buffet your way. And the Fun Zone Arcade features 36 games, 2 golf simulators, and full bar. Perfect for pregame tailgates and parties. Have a business meeting, team, or office party? Reserve the Dakota Center. It holds up to 300 people. Order online at pizzaranch.com for delivery, or circle your wagons and make Pizza Ranch your tailgate place next to USG. The Dairy Queen Grill and Chill in Vermillion is proud to support local athletics like USD and the Tanagers. The DQ fall flavors are in, and DQ has great food at great prices. Get a $7 meal deal. Choose from a cheeseburger or 3-piece chicken basket with fries, a drink, and a sundae for only $7. Got an office team party or birthday party? If you want to celebrate, don't bake, buy a DQ cake. And DQ supports the Sanford Children's Network. So after the game, take your team for a thrill to the Dairy Queen Grill and Chill, 905 East Cherry Street, Vermillion, South Dakota.
Truckers, commercial fleet, car owners, when you need a DOT inspection, you need a battery, oil change, diagnostic, or specialized tire service for farm, auto, and heavy equipment, JFI will get your vehicle repaired and washed and back on the road. JFI proudly supports Vermillion Tanagers, the community of Vermillion, in business for nearly 100 years for a reason. JFI is the best, and that's no lie. JFI 1218 Compton Court, Vermillion.
Are you ready to start a career with an exciting team? Thermobond is looking to add to our team of experts. We offer competitive wages, a positive work environment, and on-the-job training. Thermobond is headquartered in Elk Point, South Dakota, and for over 30 years we've been providing lightweight and precast solutions for multiple industries nationwide. Check us out and see if you'd like to start a new career with us today.
Welcome back to Vermillion Tanager Basketball, brought to you by First Dakota National Bank. I'm Michael Schumacher alongside Jake Logue as we get ready to bring you some Vermillion Tanager Basketball on ESPN Radio and Vermillion streaming on YouTube. As we get ready for the second half of Lennox and Clark Willow Lake, Vermillion gets ready to take on the Sisseton Redmen, and the team we're seeing out there, this Clark Willow Lake team, well, Lennox or Sisseton did defeat them 55-37. Lennox currently leads them 32-12. So might be an interesting barometer. Let's see how the DAK XII does versus the NEC. Again, the whole day is filled with basketball. The auxiliary gym started earlier at 11 o'clock with Madison versus Redfield. Right now, Lennox and Clark Willow Lake in this gym. 12:30 in the auxiliary gym, Del Rapids versus Dual. At 1:15, we have Vermillion versus Sisseton. At 2 o'clock, West Central versus Webster area. Elk Point Jefferson versus Groton area following Vermillion and Sisseton here in the main gym. Tri-Valley versus Rapid City Christian at 3:30 in the auxiliary gym. At 4:15, Sioux Falls Christian versus Aberdeen Roncalli. At 5 o'clock in the auxiliary gym, Canton versus Millbank. And back here in the main gym, Dakota Valley and Hamlin will close out the evening. So a lot of top 5-10 matchups as we get ready for the second half. Now, we won't have the scoreboard up there, but Jake will be following along, and I'll keep updating you. As here comes Lennox. Lennox in the black uniforms with white numbers and letters and orange trim. Clark Willow Lake in white uniforms with blue and black trim. And there's a three-pointer for Lennox. As that is hit by Gavin Herline, a 5'1" senior guard for this Lennox squad, giving them a 35-12 lead, 23 points right now. And there's a miss by Clark Willow Lake, out of bounds. And that's going to be out of bounds off of Lennox, so that will go over to Clark Willow Lake. Inbounding for Clark Willow Lake will be Taya Vig, the 5'7" senior. Gets it into Cameron Niesheim, a 5'7" freshman. Driving in is Johanna Vanderschnick, the 5'7" sophomore. There's a shot from the free throw line, no good. And that will be a jump ball, and that will favor Clark Willow Lake. So 40 seconds gone here in the third quarter. Lennox with a 23-point lead. So they get it up top to Bryn Rorick. And that shot will fall for Clark Willow Lake, making it 35-14. So Herline brings the ball up. Top of the key. Gets it down to Ryan Hansen, and Hansen's going to be fouled, I believe, on the shot. So Hansen will go to the line to shoot two. Hansen has 2 points on the night. Or on the afternoon, I should say. First free throw from Hansen rolls all the way around the rim and then off. Just one of those days for Hansen, the 5'11" senior. Second free throw up and nothing but net. So 36-14. Lennox leads Clark Willow Lake with 7:03 to go in the third quarter. Oh, and that is an over and back. Unfortunately, Taya Vig did not realize she had crossed midcourt, and all of a sudden then her foot came back. So just a lack of awareness. You know, you get focused on the trap that's in front of you. So inbounding now for Lennox will be number 30, Carly Bosma, 5'5" sophomore. Gets it off to Herline. Here's Hansen. Over to Libby Kranz on the left side. They get it down low to Hansen. Hansen on the block, up and under. And nice shot with the left hand from underneath, making it 38-14 with 6:43 to go in the third quarter. Here's Cameron Niesheim. And that ball is knocked away by Hansen into the hands of Wow! Into the hands of Calla Larson, who knocked it off of a Clark Willow Lake player. Good court awareness there for Calla. 5'10" freshman guard. Or forward, sorry. Here she is. Gets it over to... Oh, sorry, not Calla Larson. I apologize. Andy Peters. I'm like, why do I not remember that name from the Lennox game? That ball is off of Libby Kranz. It's not soccer. They need to learn, but that's the second headshot we've had with the basketball, so interesting. Here's Ryan Hansen with 10 seconds on the shot clock, driving down the left hand of the lane. Hits the underneath of the basket. I think she wanted to foul, but they also might have been able to call a travel, so good no call. Sometimes it's good that the officials just don't call anything, but nice job by Hansen to recover, blocks the shot off the block with 5:58 to go here in quarter number 3. 28 seconds to go on the shot clock. So Clark Willow Lake will inbound, trailing by 24. They get the ball into the hands of Taya Vig. Gets it out to Shelby Begeman, and that is off. Rebound there by Ryan Hansen. So Lennox getting close to having a chance at getting running clock. Andy Peters for three. Libby Kranz for three. Makes it 41-14. 5:35 to go. 27-point lead. Long three-pointer, no good. Rebound there by Clark Willow Lake, though. Taya Vig up with it and cannot get it to fall. Rebound into the hands of Gavin Herline as she gets it ahead to Libby Kranz. Kranz, cross-court pass is intercepted by Cameron Nieschheim. So here's Cameron on the perimeter. Gets it down low to Bryn Rorick. Rorick up with the left hand and cannot get it to fall, but gets her own rebound and the putback and the score. 41-16, 25-point lead now for Lennox. 4:52 to go in quarter number 3. Driving in from the left side is Carly Bosma, and she's going to be fouled on the shot. And I believe that's going to be on Shelby Begeman. Nope, they're going to actually call it on Bryn Rorick, the 6-foot sophomore center. So second foul of the quarter for Clark Willow Lake. Third foul overall for Bryn Rorick, and that free throw is up and good. Checking in for Clark Willow Lake, you have Sammy Brendan and Jenny Beavers. Checking in for Lennox, you have Tori Gertis and Bergen Musser. Checking out Ryan Hansen and Libby Kranz. So Carly Bosma, second free throw coming up with the 26-point lead. Make that a 27-point lead for the Orioles. As they get it into Cameron Nieschheim. Cameron guarded by Gavin Herline. Tries to go behind the back, and Herline with the steal up with the right hand and in. That is now a 29-point lead for Lennox. Good one-on-one defense by Gavin Herline there. And there's Jenny Beavers with the ball, gets it over to Cameron Nieschheim. Nieschheim drives the baseline, kicks it back out to Shelby Begeman. Begeman at the elbow, gets it to Sammy Brendan, the 5'8" senior. Here's Jenny Beavers, an 8th grader. Long three-point attempt, nothing but net for Cameron Nieschheim. Nieschheim, a freshman. So when you're talking Cameron Nieschheim, she's a freshman. Jenny Beavers is an 8th grader. Shelby Begeman is an 8th grader. Bryn Rorick, a sophomore. Calla Larson, a freshman. So a lot of youth out here. Nice job there by Carly Bosma, 5'5", sophomore for Lennox. Gets it to a 28-point lead. Nieschheim for three, no good. Rebound there by Tori Gertis. Gertis gets it over to Carly Bosma, who gets it over to Herline. Peters for three, off the back iron, no good. Rebound into the hands of Clark Willow Lake. That ends up in Sammy Brendan's hands. And get it ahead to Jenny Beavers. And they're going to call a foul on that one. I think Bergen Musser was trying to create a jump ball, the 5'10" 8th grader. But instead they did call a foul. That'll be the first team foul of the quarter for Lennox. And they're going to take a quick timeout, it looks like. And we'll take a timeout as well, brought to you by Murph's Appliance on Main Street in Vermillion. This is Tanager Basketball, brought to you by First Dakota National Bank, part of the Carlson's Body Shop scoreboard, or Carlson's Body Shop pregame show on the Masaba scoreboard. Lennox leads Clark Willow Lake 47-19.
Welcome to Runnings in Vermillion. Shop their great lineup of clothes for women. Names like Ariat and Carhartt for men. Boots and shoes and kids' clothing. Runnings has a large supply of animal food and accessories. Love the outdoors? See the selection of ammo, firearms, and fishing equipment. For everything you need, walk through the doors at Runnings, your home, farm, and outdoor store, Vermillion.
I'm Blaine Olson, owner of Blaine's Body Shop in Vermillion. I grew up here, graduated here, and now have a business here. I'm proud to serve the community that has helped me live this dream. I have top-notch equipment, the latest in training, along with a work ethic and the desire to serve you. Should you need repairs in the future, please remember Blaine's Body Shop across from Polaris on the Highway 50 bypass in Vermillion.
Blaine's Body Shop. Automotive collision repair.
Now online at blainesbodyshop.com.
Welcome back to Vermillion Tanager Basketball at Carlson's Body Shop pregame show as we're bringing you the second half of Lennox and Clark Willow Lake with a 28-point lead for Lennox, but there is a steal and a scoop and a score for Libby Kranz, and that gives you the 30-point lead that will result in running clock for the rest of the game. With 2:55 to go, it'll be running clock, and here's Clark Willow Lake with the ball, gets it out to Jenny Beavers, gets over to Cameron Nieschheim, down low, kicks it back out, as Maddie Brendan has it trapped in the corner, gets it back out to Cameron Nieschheim. Nice turnaround jumper off the back iron, rebound there for Tori Gertis. Gertis, a 5'10" 8th grader for Lennox. And, Libby Kranz tries to get one to fall. So Libby Kranz makes it 50-19. Libby Kranz, just a freshman, 5'11" freshman, a lot of height, a lot of youth for Lennox, and she hits both. Making it 51-29 with 2:06 to go. Again, the clock only stops for free throws and for timeouts. Here's Maddie Brendan, a 5'5" freshman for Clark Willow Lake. The ball's knocked out into the hands of Bergen Musser. Musser up with the left hand, up and in, making it 53-19 with 1:48 to go. So Nieschheim hits a cutting Maddie Brendan. Brendan makes it 53-21. (53-21) with 1:26 to go. There's a miss, rebound into the hands of Clark Willow Lake. Cameron Nieschheim tapped away by Lennox, tried to get it down to Jenny Beavers. As Lennox now sends in some reserves, Coach Adam Quayle bringing in number 15, Mia Hanisch. You have number 33, Tori Gertis out there. Number 20, Jayla Deku. You also have number 15, number 15, Mia Hanisch, and number 12, Bergen Musser, and I'm just looking for that final number, number 4, Addie McVeigh, a 5'6", 8th grader. Nice job there by Musser to step in the line of that pass. Bergen goes up with the right hand, and she's going to be fouled from behind by Maddie Brendan. So that'll stop the clock as Clark Willow Lake now puts in some reserves. 32.3 seconds to go here in quarter number 3 on the Masaba scoreboard. Again, this is the Carlson's Body Shop pregame show. This is Tanager Basketball, brought to you by First Dakota National Bank. I'm Michael Schumacher, alongside Jacob Logue. The first free throw up there by Bergen Musser, just short. Checking in for Clark Willow Lake, Taya Vig, Bryn Rorick, Shay Mikulski, as well as Cameron Nieschheim out there. Shelby Begeman. Second free throw, also short. Rebound into the hands of Lennox, and that is up and in for Tori Gertis. So here's the ball in the hands of Jenny Beavers. Beavers gets it over to Begeman. Again, both 8th graders right there. Vig, a senior, gets it back over to Beavers. Begeman to Vig. Vig, short little jumper, and she's going to be fouled on the shot with 5.3 seconds to go. And this will stop with 1.6 seconds to go in the third quarter. Again, it'll be a running clock, except for free throws and timeouts. So first free throw is up and good for Taya. So 55-22. Second free throw up and off the back iron. Rebound into the hands of Lennox, and that will do it. That'll end the third quarter with Lennox leading 55-22. We'll be back with the fourth quarter as we get ready to bring you Vermillion Tanager basketball. This is the Carlson's Body Shop pregame show on ESPN Radio and Vermillion streaming on YouTube.
Get the finest wood in the neighborhood. Down at the lumberyard.
But it's not just wood at the lumberyard. With a wide variety of quality building materials, the folks at the lumberyard can help you with all of your project needs. Whether it be paint, siding, cabinets, windows, or of course lumber, the lumberyard is ready to help. The best wood in the neighborhood at the lumberyard, 1000 West Cherry Street in Vermillion. Midwest Ready Mix and Clark's Rentals are your locally owned and operated ready mix and rental companies available in both Yankton and Vermillion. The Oshkosh front discharge mixers allow for easy placement of concrete, and they're nearly unstoppable. More of a do-it-yourself fan? You can also get all your hand tools, mini excavators, skid steers, aerial lift equipment, and more for any job you need to get done. Choose Midwest Ready Mix and Clark's Rentals as your concrete and rental equipment headquarters of Yankton and Vermillion.
This is your invitation to thrive in Yankton, South Dakota. Nestled on the bluffs of the Missouri River, plenty of outdoor adventures are waiting. Whether you work remote or in a traditional office, we have a spot for you. Quality health care, diverse manufacturing, progressive school system, Mount Marty University, and so much more. Explore with family and friends. Let's thrive together.
Welcome back to Vermillion Tanager basketball on ESPN Radio and Vermillion streaming on YouTube as we're catching the fourth quarter of the Lennox and Clark Willow Lake game. Lennox leads Clark Willow Lake in the opening game of the DAK XII NEC Clash in the main gym, 57-22. So that's right, we will have running clock the entirety of the fourth quarter. There's a nice shot by Shelby Begeman, making it 57-24. Again, the Tanagers, or the Orioles, leading by more than 30. And the Tanager Girls will follow, taking on the Sisseton Redmen. And there's going to be a foul, but it will not be a shooting foul, so that clock will continue to run. We're more than a minute in. That foul is going to be called on Bryn Rorick, her fourth. And there's a three-pointer. Three-pointer for Carly Bosma, the 5'5 sophomore, making it 60-24. Bosma now has 10 points. She joins Libby Kranz with 10, or Libby Kranz with 12, and Gavin Herling with 14, or with 10, sorry. And there's a rebound for Ryan Hansen off the Clark Willow Lake miss. Sandy Peters kicks it out over to Kranz. Here's the three-pointer, no good by Bosma. Rebound into Clark Willow Lake. We're now 2 minutes into this fourth quarter. Nice steal there by Shelly Begeman. And they're going to call an offensive foul. And that'll be on Taya Vig. So checking in now for Shea Mikulski is number 4, Johanna Vandersnick. So Lennox just working the ball around. They're 3 minutes gone here in the fourth quarter. Ryan Hansen for 3. That'll be offline. Rebound into the hands of Taya Vig, who has it stolen away. And they're kind of letting them play, especially when you have a 36-point lead. I do think they probably are a little more lax on some of the fouls. But here's Begeman over to Taya Vig. Out of bounds off Clark Willow Lake. That'll go back to Lennox. As it's a good old-fashioned hockey line change for Lennox, as in comes Tori Gertis, in comes Addie McVeigh, in comes Mia Hanisch, in comes Jayla Deku, and finally Bergen Musser. So I'm sure they'll go the rest of the way. Halfway through this fourth quarter. Mia Hanisch goes up, no good. Rebound into the hands of Clark Willow Lake. So offline there for Clark Willow Lake, but they do track down the rebound. And is that going to be a jump ball? Nope, that will be a foul. And so they'll inbound, but clock continues to run. 3:23 and counting in quarter number 4. As Lennox will come away victorious. We'll just see what the final margin ends up being. As the DAK 12 wins the first of the main gym matchups. That shot no good, and that's going to be a foul on, looks like on Tori Gertis. Checking out for Clark Willow Lake, Bryn Rorick and Shelby Begeman. That ball into the hands of Calla Larson. Larson gets it over to Taya Vig. And that ball is knocked away into the hands of Mia Hanisch. 2:18 to go. And that rebound into the hands of Clark Willow Lake. So 2 minutes to go in this game. As we are getting ready to bring you the Tanagers and the Sisseton Redmen. Here come in some more reserves. Lexi Schmidt, the 5'5 freshman, and Maddie Brendan, the 5'5 freshman for Clark Willow Lake. For Lennox, you now have out there Peyton Herling, Izzy Vargas. Trying to check all the numbers here. Jayla Deku. Number 3, who's not in their program. And there's a make for Clark Willow Lake, making it 26-60 with 1:08 to go. And that's going to be a travel on Lennox as the clock continues to run. Clark Willow Lake working the ball back and forth. .40 seconds to go. About 4 seconds between the shot clock and the game clock. Here's the ball in the hands of Jayla Deku. Ooh, who gets it down to Izzy Vargas, who's unable to finish on the lay-in, but 26 seconds to go. Up with the left hand and cannot get it to fall is Jenny Beavers. And that'll be a foul with 8 seconds to go, and that should run out the clock. That was not a shooting foul, so 4, 3, 2, 1, and that will do it. Lennox will defeat Clark Willow Lake by a score of 60-26. This is all part of the Carlson's Body Shop pregame show. We're going to step away for a moment, and when we come back, we will have our coaches' interviews and more as we get ready to bring you the Vermillion Tanagers and the Sisseton Redmen from the DAK XII NEC Clash in Madison. Again, on the Vermillion scoreboard, on the Masaba scoreboard, Lennox does come away victorious, 60-26. And this is Tanager Basketball, brought to you by First Dakota National Bank, again on ESPN Radio and Vermillion streaming on YouTube.
Starting the first bank in South Dakota was the easy part, earning the confidence of local farmers, helping families account for their dreams, and securing the future for countless businesses took us a little longer. We owe it to the hard workers, big dreamers, and forward thinkers out there. Thank you for making South Dakota a great place to call home.
If you want somebody to come into your home and fix everything right the first time, look professional, act professional, treat you with respect, you gotta call Kaylin's. When they come in, I feel that they want to be there. I feel that they want to help me.
You know, they put on the little booties over their shoes. They had canvas from the garage door all the way down to walk on. They left the furnace room in the basement probably cleaner than it was when they came in.
They just do customer service very well. I would recommend Kaylin's to anyone.
Fuller Digital Solutions started small, but now we're growing as FDS provides live streaming coverage for over 20 schools across 3 different states on our Fuller Digital Solutions YouTube channel. Subscribe to get notified when we go live for your school events. Big events are captured live, and your business can get noticed with advertising during our live streams. Local talent and camera operators are encouraged to contact us too. For future employment, no experience necessary, we will train. For information about advertising or working with Fuller Digital Solutions, email us and follow us on Facebook.
Clay County Abstract and Title Company has a complex job that boils down to something very simple: helping you purchase your dream with confidence. When investing in a new home, a new site for your business, or piece of property, you want peace of mind that the property is truly yours. Clay County Abstract and Title Company has been doing just that since 1946. Clay County Abstract and Title Company, proud supporters of Vermillion activities and proud to be a part of your dreams come true.
Candice Couture is your complete women's lingerie shop. Bras, underwear, PJs, loungewear, swimwear, sports bras, activewear, and much, much more. Small to 3 extra large and over 200 different sizes of bras. AA to O cup bands 28 to 56 in store. Candice Couture, 17 West Main Street.
Slumberland Furniture in Yankton, the place to shop for your next new mattress. Find brands like Stearns & Foster, Nectar, and the hottest selling mattress, Purple, measured for your comfort and a dream-laden night's sleep. There's the new Adapt by Tempur-Pedic as well. Slumberland Furniture has Flex Steel furniture too, comfy and classy. That's Slumberland Furniture, 2401 Broadway, Yankton.
Welcome back to our Breakfast with the Coaches Conversation, brought to you by Carlson's Body Shop. And on the line, we have head coach for the Vermillion Lady Tanagers, Coach John Brooks. Coach, how are you doing today?
Doing well, Michael. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. You know, let's just start with the elephant in the room. It's now previously unbeaten Sioux Falls Christian. How does that feel?
Yeah, obviously it feels good to get a nice win, at home against a really good basketball team, and you're getting it at the right time of the year. Hopefully build some confidence moving forward. Just a few games left in the regular season, and then we're into region time. So we kind of feel like we're getting our feet underneath here us at the right time, and hopefully that win can propel us and give us some confidence.
Well, and it's not the only win this week. It's another big week for you guys. And so let's talk about the first one earlier against Beersford. A nice victory, 61-34, where you guys took control early and just didn't let up. And so one of those nice victories you like to see, that concentration throughout. And that kind of set the table for the Sioux Falls Christian game in the Birdcage. So those two victories, as it is right now, you just keep trying to earn seed points, because positioning for that, we've talked about it. Region 4A is nothing if not a mini state tournament. When you look at the top 4 teams in Region 4A are in the top 8 in seed points in Class A. How daunting is a task like that, and how important is that seed point positioning trying to get those home games?
Yeah, we still have not a lot of games, are a long ways to go, and a lot of things can still change. Just because, those top 4 seeds, like you said, we're all just so close. And we still have a lot of big games left. So, we still have to play Dakota Valley, which was one of the teams ahead of us. And so there's still a lot to be said. But, it's coming quick. It's Sisseton today and Dakota Valley on Tuesday, and then we'll be down just one game left. So we can't just be happy with the Sioux Falls Christian win. We got to move on. We got to take care of the next game at hand, and that's Sisseton.
Well, in Sisseton, they're coming in. I think their record might not be indicative of the team they are. They had integrated some new players, and people had to learn their roles a little bit. And so at one point they were 3-4, and since then they have really gone on a nice run, just with one loss in the last, I think, 8 games, 7-1. What do they bring to the table that present some challenges for you guys?
Yeah, they're very good again this year. I mean, they brought back Krista Longauger, and anytime you start with her, she's got to be one of the best post players in the state. She's just an absolute problem, and she demands a lot of attention. So, the big thing is their size. They got her at 6'1". They got her sophomore sister at 6'2", and then the Horseman girl at 6 foot. So they start 3 kids that are big physical kids over 6 foot, and that's an issue. So we have to find a way to limit them rebounding, limit their paint touches, post touches, and we have to get the game going up and down. We have to be able to use our speed, use our quickness, and get some transition buckets going.
Well, and, you mentioned Kristen, like you said, they have so many talented players on the team, and maybe the best post presence you guys will have seen up to this point. And we've talked about how valuable it is to see different offenses and different tactics against you guys. And this is just another one of those at the DAK XII NEC Clash. Just kind of talk about the value of this as you head into these final 4 games of the season, or 3 games of the season, and how valuable all of this is.
Yeah, you've seen a lot of different teams and just a lot of different styles of play. Sioux Falls Christian pressured us the whole game. Good perimeter players, physical on the perimeter with their defense, and then we'll play Sisseton, who's kind of the complete opposite. They're going to go back and kind of pack in a half-court man-to-man defense, but they're going to use their size to make things difficult. So just 2 completely different styles. So, but that's what you're looking for, So you got to see how you can find ways to break down the other team, no matter how they play. Find things that can be successful for us, and then you use those things moving forward.
All right, and Coach, you have this game against Sisseton, and then you have senior night back at the Birdcage on Tuesday. Just ahead of that, talk about this senior class and what they've meant to this program.
Yeah, it's going to be a hard one to say bye to. They've just been around. I kind of said this is the year 13 for me, and this is one of those first groups that I remember him walking into the gym as kindergarten and first graders for our junior tanager camp, and kind of have seen them all the way through now. So don't really want to think about the last game and then leaving our program. Trying to, I'll get too emotional. So I'm just trying to stay in the present and enjoying every single day that we have with them in practice and games, and just trying to enjoy the season here.
All right. Well, it is going to be a tough one, but we've got plenty of games left with them, and the sky's the limit with this team, and it just really feels like they're playing the best ball of the season coming off that Sioux Falls Christian. So keeping up the momentum. Coach, as always, thanks so much for taking the time to talk with me today. Really appreciate it. Best of luck against Sisseton, and we'll be talking down the line.
You bet. Thanks, Michael.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Yeah, we'll see ya.
That was Coach John Brooks of the Vermillion Lady Tanagers with us here on Breakfast with the Coaches as we get ready for the Sisseton Redmen at the DAK XII NEC Clash. We'll be back with more after this.
Todd's Electric, your full-service electrical contracting company. Todd's Electric services residential, commercial, agricultural, and industrial customers. From the simplest service call to the most complex design-build project, Todd's Electric has the expertise to do it right. Call Todd's Electric for all your electrical needs. Todd's Electric, helping you control all things electric. Except for lightning. Todd's Electric. Go Tanagers!
Wanting a specialist without leaving town? We've got you covered. Our clinic offers specialists for the health and wellness of your family. From pediatricians to OBGYNs, plus primary care. You can find it all at Vermillion Medical Clinic. So much care, so close to home.
If you're looking for the perfect fit, Vermillion Vision Care Associates fits like the right pair of glasses. Vision Care Associates has its roots in family eye care, and the doctors are well known for being primary eye care providers. With the ability to treat and diagnose a variety of settings, Vermillion Vision Care Associates is the right fit for you. Plus, they can fit you into a new pair of glasses, sunglasses, or contacts that feel just right. With continuing education, see the best doctors at Vermillion Vision Care Associates.
Whether you're in the market to purchase a new home for your family, you want to sell your existing home, or you're a student looking to rent an apartment, Dakota Realty and Property Management can fit your needs. Being locally owned and with over 150 years of combined experience, they are the experts at helping you find your new home. Go to Dakota Realty and Property Management because they like what they do. Dakota Realty is a proud supporter of Vermillion Athletics. Dakota Realty and Property Management, located at 125 East Cherry Street, Vermillion.
Welcome back to Vermillion Tanager Basketball, brought to you by First Dakota National Bank. I'm Michael Schumacher alongside Jake Logue. And if you were catching the last coach's interview and you thought, hey, why does that say Sarah Lincoln with a Sisseton Redmen logo? And Coach John Brooks is the one talking. Well, I'd love to blame Jake's ineptitude, but unfortunately it was mine. I pulled up the John Brooks interview, and all of a sudden I started listening to it, and I'm like, oh, dude. But we were like halfway through, so I thought that would be awkward. So we will now play the Sarah Lincoln interview from coach for the Sisseton Redmen. So I want to blame Jake, but I can't because it was all on me. All right, love you guys. Here comes Coach Sarah Lincoln. Welcome back to our Coaches Conversation as part of the Carlson's Body Shop pregame show. I'm Michael Schumacher as we get ready to bring you Vermillion Tanagers and the Sisseton Redmen, and we have Coach Sarah Lincoln from Sisseton with us. Coach, how are you doing today?
Pretty good. We're doing pretty good up here. Just trying to wait out the storm, I think.
Yeah, we've been pretty lucky this season, so we haven't had too much going on. But yeah, you guys are you guys right in the heart of it?
Yeah, I think that we're supposed to get the most of it, so we're trying to watch it and see when we're going to take off here today or maybe earlier tomorrow morning.
Wow, and that always makes it fun when you already have a road trip that you have to deal with to then have to maybe adjust your departure schedule. So
Yeah.
appreciate you taking the time. I know some things got moved, like gymnastics was supposed to be up in Watertown, and they're moving that to Sioux Falls just because people aren't going to be able to make it up there. So we've been lucky, but yeah, it's not great timing for it either because you have this short window to try to get games in too if you do have to postpone anything. So
yeah.
All right. Well, you guys are having a great season. You come off a victory on Thursday night against Clark Willow Lake, another really good team. And that leads into the DAK XII NEC Clash, where you guys get to take on the Vermillion Tanagers. Kind of talk about your season so far, and how you feel, because you graduated some good talent off your state team last year, but a lot of great talent returning and beginning with Krista, obviously.
Yeah, I think a lot of it is kind of finding our roles this year, and I think we're slowly getting there. And now that it's becoming to the end of the season, I think they're starting to find it and really stepping up. Dealing with some sickness the last couple weeks, and it just seems like everybody's kind of picking each other up. Being there for our team defense, which I think we were struggling with at the beginning of the season. So a lot of the little things I think are starting to click. We're just hoping that it all clicks tomorrow. So.
Well, and you talk about the beginning of the season, and you guys at one point were 3-4, and then since then have gone 7-1. And is that just kind of everyone learning their roles? It's kind of started to click since that first or second week of January.
Yeah, definitely. And I think just being able to be confident. I think coming off of the last couple of seasons that they didn't really have to fill the big roles, and now that those have come, it's just taken them a while to know that they are capable of doing the exact same thing that we've done in the last couple of years. And I think just building their confidence and showing them the talent and the athleticism and just the drive that they already have to make sure to be able to put it out there on the floor.
All right. Well, you guys have a big matchup against the Tanagers, and obviously Krista is kind of the player that a lot of people know about going to University of Sioux Falls. Am I correct with that?
Yep.
Yeah, and so a lot of teams focus on her, but she is still putting up these numbers. Just kind of talk about the kind of talent Krista is.
She has tremendous talent, but on top of that, she just works so hard. There's times that there's 3 girls surrounded her, and somehow our guards can get her the ball, and she still can score on those 3 girls. We don't know how that happens. We don't know what, but she's just a strong girl underneath there, and she wants to score for her team, and she wants to be able to step up for them. So I think that's what carries her through some of that stuff. So I can't describe her, because she's just on top of the talent. She's still very, she still does all the little things out there. So it helps everybody else to do those little things also.
All right, and you're going to be taking on a Vermillion Tanager team that's coming off their biggest win of the year against previously now undefeated Sioux Falls Christian. What does this Tanager team bring to the table that presents some challenges for you?
I think they're quick. Where we struggle, I think, is our team defense. So in order to be able to stop their drives and being able to contest all their shots, we're going to have to make sure that all 5 of us out there are in sync and able to talk to each other and just stop some of the runs that they go on.
All right, and then obviously their team graduated a lot of talent from last year, and it feels like they're hitting their stride as well. As you guys get down to the last few weeks of the regular season, what do you hope to see from your team as you get ready to head into regions?
I hope teamwork. I think right now it's the opportune time to find it, and I think that the last couple of games they have, and I just hope that we keep building and getting better so we can get to the playoffs and finish what they wanted to start last year. So I think they're finding it. It's just we gotta push it a little bit harder. So I think they're ready though.
All right. And then one final thing, with so much focus on so many of the Region 4A teams, Sioux Falls Christian, Vermillion, EPJ, Dakota Valley, you guys seem to have been overlooked a little bit this year. And with your slower start, do you think that is something that maybe actually benefits you? Not the girls not necessarily feeling pressure from the state looking at them and saying, oh, this is one of the teams.
Yeah, and I think that's what kind of helped us and at the beginning of the season they were being looked at, and then as soon as they started, like the pressure started coming off, and it just seemed like they started to relax a little bit more. Like we have an old team and a young team kind of, so like it's just trying to teaching them younger ones how to step up into some of those big roles, and now that they don't have the pressure, they're able to relax and just play the game that they work so hard and that they just love, and so they're able to do that now. And I think last year, I think even with our older ones, we felt the pressure and we weren't able to kind of capitalize on that. So I think this year they're okay with where they're at.
All right. Well, Coach, thank you so much for taking the time to talk to me today. Really appreciate it. Looking forward to seeing your team in action at the DAK XII NEC Clash, and just safe travels. Okay?
Thank you very much.
All right. Have a great day. Thanks.
You too.
Bye-bye. That was Coach Sarah Lincoln of the Sisseton Redmen as they get ready to take on the Vermillion Tanagers. Sisseton coming off a big win over Clark Willow Lake. Vermillion coming off that huge win over Sioux Falls Christian. This should be one of the best matchups of the day at the DAK XII NEC Clash, and we'll be bringing it all to you as we come. Coach John Brooks is after this. This is all part of the Carlson's Body Shop pregame show here on ESPN Radio and Vermillion Streaming, your home for Tanager Athletics.
Remember the Perks card from Pump and Pack? Well, guess what? There's an addition, not just a card, it's an app. The Pump and Perks app and the Pump and Perks card from Pump and Pack, Vermillion. Just go to their Facebook page, Pump and Pack, and scan the QR code and you're in. Or go to the store, Pump and Pack, and get the card. Then download the app. Each one does the same thing. Like give you 5 cents off per gallon every day, except for Sunday, it's doubled with the Perks card from Pump and Pack, Vermillion.
Nice.
Maytag appreciates a compliment, but this Maytag washer isn't just eye candy.
Wow.
Inside, it's got the capacity and power to handle even the mightiest loads.
I love this.
Yeah, she's a beaut.
It's a he.
How do you know?
Don't worry about it.
Find Maytag products and the industry's best appliances at your local dealer. Murph's Appliance, downtown Vermillion.
Welcome back to Vermillion Tanagers basketball, brought to you by First Dakota National Bank here on ESPN Radio, 101.5 FM, 1570 AM, and Vermillion Streaming on YouTube. We are your home for Vermillion Tanager Athletics. I'm Michael Schumacher, alongside Jacob Logue, as the Tanagers get ready to take on the Sisseton Redmen. So if you're looking at the Sisseton squad, they started off with 2 wins against Great Plains Lutheran and Sioux Valley. Nice wins, especially that Sioux Valley win, 77-64 over a 12-4 team. Great Plains Lutheran, 50 seed points. They won 46-26 over an 11-3 team. They then lost to Mobridge Pollock, Groton area, Mitchell, and Aberdeen for a 3-game losing streak. They were 2-3. They then defeated Aberdeen Christian, fell to Aberdeen Roncalli, then went on a 4-game winning streak against Oaks out of North Dakota, Winnebago out of Nebraska, Webster area, and Redfield. They then fell on January 30th to Hamlin, defeated Phillip 69-41, Britton Hecla 67-28, and Clark Willow Lake, who we just saw lose to Lennox by more than 30, 55-37. That brings them to tonight. They are 10-5 on the season with those losses. So Vermillion looking to get 47 seed points out of this. Vermillion, well, they're coming off one of the biggest victories of this season, but of recent memory, just because with that state tournament, they were an underdog. They haven't been an underdog, even with the state tournament run, they haven't been an underdog very often. And they were an underdog. I don't know how many people expected them to beat Sioux Falls Christian, but beat them, they did. Sioux Falls Christian now no longer undefeated. Sioux Falls Christian, the former undefeated and top-ranked team in Class A. They were 13-0, now 13-1. Followed by Hamlin, Rapid City Christian, West Central, and Clark Willow Lake in the 14-1. Followed by Macpia Luta, Dakota Valley, Hamlin, and EPJ. Vermillion was receiving 2 votes in the most recent poll, so that obviously will change. And so That's going to be a big part of what you see is the seed points. And we'll take a look at Region 4A because that's the key. Vermillion and Region 4A. It's a mini state tournament. I know I say that a lot, but it is between Sioux Falls Christian, EPJ, Dakota Valley, and Vermillion. You have 4 teams that should be able to punch a ticket to the state tournament, except only 2 can. And those 2 can only get to DAK 16, and they aren't not even guaranteed to get out of that. So the Tanagers hoping to get So starting lineups brought to you by Central Farmers Cooperative. Central Farmers Cooperative serving the ag community for years. And we will start with Vermillion. Vermillion's starting lineup. Number 1, 5'8" senior guard Casey Hansen, averaging 10 points, 4.5 rebounds, 3.5 assists, and 1.5 steals. Then you have number 5, Maya Halverson, a 6-foot senior guard, averaging 3 points per game, 2.5 rebounds, an assist, and a steal. Taylor Roovers, 5'5" freshman guard, number 11, averaging 15.5 points, 5.5 rebounds, 4.5 assists, and 4 steals. Madigan Wallen, a 5'8" senior guard, number 12, averaging 3 points, 3 rebounds, 1 assist, and 2 steals per game. And Brooke Jensen, the 6'1" senior guard, USD commit, number 33, averaging 16 points, 7 rebounds, 1.5 assists, and 2 steals. Should mention Casey Hansen going to Dort, and Madigan Wallen, well, she's going to Mount Marty to play softball. So congratulations to them, a very athletic squad. And then the Central Farmers Cooperative starting lineup for Sisseton. Starting off, number 20, Ruby Rice. Ruby Rice, 5'7" senior, averaging 5 points, 4 rebounds, 2.5 assists. Then you have number 30, Elliot Hortness, a 6-foot junior guard, averaging 7 points, 4 rebounds, 2.5 assists. Sailor Longager, a 6'2" sophomore, averaging 7 points, 5 rebounds, and an assist. Tara Nelson, a 5'6" senior, averaging 5.5 points, 2 rebounds, 1.5 assists. And then the star of Sisseton. And you don't often say a star, but she really is. She is the straw that stirs the drink. Number 54, 6'1", senior center, Krista Longinger, averaging 23 points, 13 rebounds, 1 assist, 3.5 blocks, the USF signee. So she will be going to USF Division II in the fall. So jumping for Vermillion will be Maya Halverson. Jumping for Sisseton will be Krista Longinger. And Sisseton does win the tip, and they will be moving left to right there in white with red numbers and letters and black trim. And nice job by Taylor Roovers to steal that pass meant for Krista Longinger. I think Krista was surprised that somebody was coming in from behind. So Vermillion moving right to left in those beautiful black uniforms with red numbers and white trim. I really love those uniforms. Here's Taylor Roovers dishing it out to Hansen. Hansen for 3. Ooh, just short rebound there by Longinger. So Sisseton gets the ball in, drives in, kicks it out. Here's a 3-point attempt, and nothing but net for Elliot Hortness. Hortness with the ball. She with the 3-pointer. She averages 7 points per game, 3 already. Here's Brooke Jensen driving into the paint, kicks it out to Maya Halverson. Halverson drives in, kicks it out to Roovers, over to Hansen. Hansen from the left side. Roovers will pull back for that 3, and she will drain it. Boy, like a diver, barely having any splash, barely any splash on that 3 for Taylor. 3-3 with 6:47 to go in the first quarter on the Masaba scoreboard. Again, Tanager basketball brought to you by First Dakota National Bank. So here's Tara Nelson with the ball, gets it over to Sailor Longinger. Sailor, the sophomore, 6'2", sophomore sister of Krista. And last year, the senior on this team was Chloe. That ball is knocked out of bounds, or pass goes out of bounds, so 6:30 to go, a minute and a half in. And Vermillion and Sisseton are tied at 3. So Vermillion, Roovers with the ball, gets it over to Hansen. Brooke Jensen thought about the 3. She'll drive into the paint, pull up jumper from the free throw line. Nothing but net for Brooke Jensen. So Vermillion with their first lead of the game. They are the guest on the scoreboard. Here's the ball into the hands of Tara Nelson. Nelson gets it over to Elliot Hortness. Hortness brings it around, guarded there by Roovers. You know, Roovers never has the size advantage, but man, she has the quickness and tenacity over pretty much everybody she faces. So here's Sailor Longinger into the hands of Ruby Rice. Rice try 3, 2, 1 on the shot clock. Nice block by Taylor Roovers, and that rebound by Taylor then. And that was either going to be that or a shot clock violation. So Coach Brooks wants to take a quick timeout, 30-second timeout, brought to you by Murph's Appliance on Main Street in Vermillion.
Nice.
Maytag appreciates a compliment, but this Maytag washer isn't just eye candy.
Wow.
Inside, it's got the capacity and power to handle even the mightiest loads.
I love this.
Yeah, she's a beaut.
It's a he.
How do you know?
Don't worry about it.
Find Maytag products and the industry's best appliances at your local dealer. Murph's Appliance, downtown Vermillion.
Welcome back to Vermillion Tanager Basketball, brought to you by First Dakota National Bank. That timeout brought to you by Murph's Appliance. Casey Hansen to inbound the ball under the basket after the timeout taken by Coach Brooks. Vermillion leads 5-3 on the Masaba scoreboard. Hansen gets it into Roovers. Roovers on the left-hand side gets it over to Jensen. Jensen drives in, out to the elbow, over to Hansen. Hansen drives into the center. Spin move, up with the left hand, and that is blocked. And they're going to say it's off of Casey. Casey disagrees, but Ruby Rice with a nice defensive effort there against Casey. So 5:15 to go. 5-3 Vermillion leads here in the first quarter. Here's Tara Nelson with the ball on Taylor Roovers. Boy, Taylor knocks the ball away. And they get it down to Longinger off the block, so I don't know how comfortable she is that far out. As they try to get it down to Longinger. Brooke Jensen, nice defense by Brooke, but the putback on the rebound by Sailor Longinger. And she hits a field goal, but a nice job by Brooke on Krista. So here's Brooke Jensen. Gets it over to Maya Halverson. Roovers in the lower right corner. Will drive on Hortness. Hansen's pass into Halverson. Halverson up with the left hand. Nice job by Hansen to create that rebound, and that's going to be a jump ball. And the jump ball will favor Vermillion. Wow, that was a lot of activity there as Lexi Hansen checks in. Maya Halverson will check out. That was a good old-fashioned scrum down there. A rugby type of activity. To get it down to Jensen in the paint, out to Roovers. Roovers for three from straight ahead. That's off the back iron. Rebound to Krista Longinger. And so here's backdoor to Longinger off of a nice job by Brooke Jensen to block that. And that'll be out of bounds, though, off of Vermillion. So inbounding the ball will be Elliott Hortness on the baseline. 23 seconds on the shot clock. They get it into Ruby Rice. Here's Hortness for three, drains it, and Vermillion, Sisseton is back in the lead as Hortness has now hit 2 3-pointers. She averages 6.9 points per game. She already has 6. Lexi Hansen over to Roovers. Roovers hit in the face there and still no fouls. She kicks it out to Hansen. Hansen for three. Lexi hits the three and the assist to Taylor Roovers as Vermillion ties it back up. 8-8 with 3.5 minutes to go. Here's Hortness guarded by Wallen. Drives all the way in up with the right hand and in. Wow. Coach Brooks can't be too happy with the defense on that one. So here's Roovers with the ball. Casey Hansen on the right side on the perimeter. Here's Wallen over to Roovers. Roovers drives in, puts it up, and good. Taylor Roovers taking control, makes it 10-10 for the tied with Sisseton for the Tanagers. And here's Tara Nelson, and they're going to call a foul on Lexi Hansen. That'll be Hansen's first personal, first team foul. As Amara Thomas will check in, Madigan Wallen will check out. So now the lineup out there for Vermillion: Casey Hansen, Lexi Hansen, Taylor Roovers, Brooke Jensen, and Amara Thomas. They have the ball in the hands of Elliot Hortness, who is the leading scorer. She has 8 points, which is already 1 point above her average. Here's Tara Nelson, guarded by Casey Hansen. Nice job by Amara Thomas, though, and that is going to be a foul. That'll be a foul on Sailor Loninger. Nice job by Amara Thomas on that steal to create the foul by Sailor, and that'll be her first personal. First team. And I just have to resist saying hello, Sailor. 10-10, 2:38 to go. Brooke Jensen down the baseline, pull-up jumper. Ooh, could not get it to fall, but rebound into the hands of Taylor Roovers. Roovers gets it to Hansen. Hansen pull-up jumper from the free throw line. Good to see Casey hitting on that. Vermillion with the lead now, 12-10 with 2:19 to go. And a steal. Taylor for three, no good. Rebound into the hands of Krista Loninger. So 2:12 to go as Elliot Hortness gets the ball ahead. No, Amara Thomas knocks it out of bounds. Amara Thomas making her presence known. Wow, and that's the kind of impact Amara can have. She is a great player, and she's the kind of player we need when you have bigs like Krista and Sailor down there for Sisseton. They try to get it down low to Krista. Nice job by Amara again. Holy moly, Amara just doing a great job. Here's Taylor Roovers now with the ball. 12-10, a minute 54 to go. A very hurly-burly, frenetic first quarter. Casey gets it out to Amara. That ball is knocked out of bounds. It was tipped by Kennedy Hansen. Taylor couldn't handle the tip, and so a minute 44 to go. Vermillion leads 12-10. And here's Elliot Hortness with the ball. Gets it off to Kennedy Hansen. Nice contingent of the Vermillion Tanager boys coming off that Groton area win down here. And boy, another steal by Amara Thomas as that pass was meant for Krista Loninger, but just did not connect. Casey Hansen driving into the lane. Nothing there, but they get it to Lexi. Over to Brooke. Brooke for three. No, rolls in and out. Doesn't get much closer than that. And so here is Elliot Hortness. Now Ruby Rice down low to Krista Loninger. Steal there by Taylor Roovers. So 1 minute to go. Vermillion leads 12-10. Down low to Lexi, up at the left hand, and good. Lexi Hansen now has 5 points on the evening. 14-10. Vermillion's biggest lead of the game. Ball in the hands of Ruby Rice. Nice steal by Roovers. Roovers drives into the paint, up, and will draw the foul. Man, Taylor is having a night already, or an afternoon. Madigan Wallen gets ready to check in, but that foul is going to be on Ruby Rice. Ruby's first personal. Second team as Taylor goes to the line to shoot two. That first free throw by Taylor. Oh, rolls in and out. Oh, so frustrating. Madigan checks in for Casey Hansen. Checking in for Sisseton will be Tara Nelson. She checks in for Elliot Hortness. Taylor misses both. Oh, that does not happen very often. 38 seconds to go. About a 5-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Here's Tara Nelson with the ball at the elbow. Gets it out. Three-point attempt, no good. Rebound into the hands of Lexi Hansen. And that is going to be a foul. Nice rebound by Lexi. Good hustle rebound. That created another foul, and that's going to be on. That's going to be on Krista Loninger. So that'll be her first, team's third. With 25 seconds, the team number doesn't really matter as Amara Thomas checks out. Maya Halverson checks in. 24 seconds to go. Roovers at midcourt. Vermillion will try to play for the final shot. Wow, a lot of contact there between Hansen and Roovers. Roovers with the pull-up jumper. Nothing but net for Taylor Roovers. She knew what she was doing. 2-1. And that is going to be the end of the first quarter. Vermillion 16, Sisseton 10. We'll be back with the second quarter of action. That's on the Masaba scoreboard. This is Tanager Basketball, brought to you by First Dakota National Bank.
In a situation like this, the first thing you do, of course, is make sure everybody's okay. And then you're thinking, you better call your insurance person. No, just call Justin. At Vermillion Auto Works, you see Justin handles all the insurance claims and gives free quotes. Not everybody does the free quote thing anymore, you know. So call Justin at Vermillion Auto Works. He'll take care of the situation. Carrying WeatherTech, Rough Country, and Tuxedo. Vermillion Auto Works.
Interior technicians.
Jerry, baby, I got a great idea for your next commercial. You're in a jungle with a dinosaur, looking for an outlet for your vacuum.
A dinosaur? No, I said Intech has over 30 years of commercial cleaning. You know, like office buildings, ensuring happy visitors and a healthy workforce.
Commercial buildings? I think I can work with that, Jerry. I'm gonna make you a star.
Oh my goodness. When you need it clean, call the Intech team.
Welcome back to Vermillion Tanager Basketball, brought to you by First Dakota National Bank. That timeout brought to you by Murph's Appliance as we entered the second quarter. Vermillion leads 16-10. The Central Farmers Cooperative starting lineup for Vermillion, same as the first quarter. Casey Hansen, Taylor Roovers, Maya Halverson, Madigan Wallen, and Brooke Jensen. They get it down low to Saylor Loninger. Out top to Krista. Nice job by Vermillion on Krista so far. And a nice job by Krista there to get the rebound over Taylor. That's a little bit of a mismatch. Turnaround jumper by Krista, no good. She gets her rebound. And no good again. Maya Halverson, good defense, good rebound. Starting lineup for Lennox this quarter, you have Kennedy Hansen, Tara Nelson, Saylor, and Krista Longinger. And that three-pointer by Casey Hansen just a little off. And Ruby Rice out there. Nice steal by Madigan Wallen. Wallen gets it into Taylor Roovers. Brooke Jensen is fouled on the shot, and it's going to be fouled by number 20, Ruby Rice. So Brooke Jensen going to the line to shoot two. Boy, that was just a frenetic pace right there, and that is Ruby Rice's second foul. First team foul of the quarter, but Ruby Rice's second overall. Coach Sarah Lincoln down there talking to one of the officials. Brooke Jensen hits the first free throw. She now has 3 points on the game. And Vermillion now has a 17-10 lead on the Masaba scoreboard. Again, Vermillion Tanager Basketball brought to you by First Dakota National Bank. Oh, the second free throw rims in and out. 1 for 4 tonight so far from the free throw line. Just hoping that does not come back to bite us. 6:55 to go, so more than a minute into this second quarter as they get it down low to Tara Nelson. Nelson gets it over to Rice, over to Kennedy Hansen. Cross court to Tara Nelson. Nelson drives in, and that is going to be off of Casey Hansen. They have to pick it back up. 10 seconds to go on the shot clock, though. Here's Ruby Rice. Rice. And that will not hit the rim. And that does. Taylor Roovers with the rebound, though. 17-10. Good defense by Vermillion. Brooke Jensen drives in from the perimeter. That's going to be blocked by Krista Longinger. So here's Rice over to Hansen. It's going to be interesting watching Jensen and Longinger go at it tonight. Here's Tara Nelson up at the right hand. Blocked there by Brooke Jensen. And the throw by Maya Halverson. She was kind of going out of bounds, and so she was unable to kind of see where she was going. So 18 seconds on the shot clock for Sisseton as Kennedy Hansen will inbound it from the sidelines. Gets it into Ruby Rice. Rice is picked up there by Casey Hansen. So we're now down to 10 seconds on the shot clock. Loninger almost on the perimeter. Gets it over to Kennedy Hansen. 6, 5. Tara Nelson. She's going to have to take that three. And that's not going to hit the rim. Brooke Jensen with the rebound. Again, another shot clock violation-ish, where Vermillion did get the rebound, but otherwise it would have been Vermillion's ball anyhow. Roovers over to Jensen. Jensen for three. Oh, that is just off. Rebound there by Elliot Hortness. Hortness gets it over to Kennedy Hansen. Hansen goes in. Another block there by Brooke Jensen. Out of bounds, though, off of Vermillion. Brooke now has 3 blocks on the afternoon. 17-10, Vermillion leads. 5:20 to go in quarter number 2. They get it up top to Elliot Hortness. 25 seconds on the shot clock. Hortness gets it out to Rice. Here's Kennedy Hansen for 3. Leaves it just short. And that's going to be out of bounds off of Sisseton. Nice job boxing out by Brooke Jensen. She didn't go for the ball. She blocked out Krista Longinger, so the ball just went out of bounds. So that's a nice job. So Brooke wasn't in danger of running for the ball, getting out of bounds. Very smart heads-up play by Brooke Jensen. We are 3 minutes into this second quarter, and 1 point has been scored. 17-10. Vermillion leads. They came in leading 16-10. Hansen for 3. Yes! Nothing but net for Casey Hansen. I was going to say Kennedy Hansen. Casey Hansen, as they get it down low to Loniger. Wow, that was weird. She really had an open shot right there. The pass, you like to see it, but she takes that shot and is unable to connect. But that's going to be a foul, I think, on Brooke. So 20-10, Vermillion leads. Nope, that's going to be on Maya Halverson. That'll be Maya's first, team's first of this quarter. And again, Vermillion leads 20-10 now here in the second quarter. Krista Loninger at the line to shoot 2. First one is up and in. So Loninger's first points of the night. Loninger, second free throw, up and good. So she now has 2 points on the day. As Roovers will bring the ball up for Vermillion. 4:36 to go on the Masaba scoreboard. Again, Tanager basketball is brought to you by First Dakota National Bank. Taylor Roovers up, and that's going to be out of bounds off of Sisseton. So a lot of contact, a lot of bodies hitting the floor. You know, feel like we need that music. Let the bodies hit the floor. Brooke Jensen in the paint, but that is knocked out into Roovers. Roovers with her 4th rebound. So these officials are letting a lot of contact go, which, you know, is okay if they do it both ways. That is out of bounds off of Vermillion. Boy, but Taylor lost the handle of it as she got kind of hit in the face. So you don't mind them allowing a lot of contact, but when it does change the play, that's when you wonder just a little bit. So here is Elliot Hortness bringing the ball up, guarded by Casey Hansen. Hortness gets it over to Rice. Down low to Loninger. Loninger drives in. Nice job there by Brooke Jensen on the block. Taylor Roovers with the rebound. That is Brooke Jensen's 4th block of the night. And like I said against Sioux Falls Christian, the block is becoming much more of her defense the last few weeks. I don't know if she's making more of a point for it, but Tara Nelson with a foul. Second foul of the quarter for Sisseton. First of the evening for Nelson. And Taylor Roovers with a little pop and shoot there. And she now has 9 points on the evening. 22-12, Vermillion leads by 10 with 3:36 to go. Nelson drives the baseline on Roovers. That's going to be out of bounds off of Taylor, though, with 22 seconds on the shot clock. Checking in for Vermillion, Lexi Hansen and Amara Thomas. Checking out, Madigan Wallen and Maya Halverson. Amara Thomas, last time she was in, she made her presence known, and they're able to put her on Krista Loninger as they get the ball up top to Ruby Rice. Rice out to Hortness. Hortness for 3. No, that was off, but good job by Loninger. Loninger, oh, they are going to call a foul on Amara. Disagree, but I can see why they called it. I just don't think the contact was there. But Loninger will go to the line to shoot 2. So Loninger 2 for 2 from the line. Make that 2 for 3. I guess that was the old broadcaster curse, right?
Yeah, a little bit of ball don't lie, too, maybe.
Yeah. So I'm sure she'll hit this one, though. We'll see if that's a reverse psychology. And she does. See, I'm too good. I'm too good. She's now 3 for 4 from the line, making it 22-13 with 3:21 to go in quarter number 2. Vermillion with that 9-point lead on the Masaba scoreboard. Taylor Roovers pops from the paint. And Taylor about hit the deck, and John Brooks is really upset with the officials. And nice job by Brooke Jensen knocking that ball out of bounds, but he's just really upset. Taylor's getting jostled around out there. It's affecting shots. It's affecting her ball handling. And he is just really kind of letting them have it. And they're going to warn him. They're going to warn Coach Brooks. So I think the next one results in a tee. That's why I never could have been a coach, because I wouldn't have sat down. I would have been, I'd still be John, and they'd be escorting me out with security. Here's Loninger. Kicks it out to Hortness. Down to Loninger. Oh, no. They called a foul there on Amara Thomas. Come on. I'm sorry, but wow. That's Amara's second. And that was just good defense. She was really just straight up and down on that one. So Loninger at the line again. And hits that first free throw. 4 for 5. I mean, they really are doing a nice job of letting players play, but it seems like Amara's not getting the benefit of the doubt because of the big-time player that Loninger is, as she hits both of those. So that's now a 7-point lead for the Tanagers. Brooke Jensen out on the perimeter. Gets it over to Lexi Hansen. Hansen gets it over to Casey. Casey to Amara. And Amara to Taylor. Taylor over to Lexi. Lexi thought about the three. Brooke Jensen will take the three. Just off the iron. Rebound there by Sailor Loninger. Hortness gets it down to Krista. And she will make her first field goal of the night. So now a 5-point lead for the Tanagers. 2:15 to go here in quarter number 2. Vermillion on a 5-0 run by Sisseton. Amara thought about the shot. No good. Rebound there by Tara Nelson. That ball is going to be out of bounds off of Sisseton. So Vermillion will get possession back. 35 seconds on the shot clock. 2 minutes, 2 seconds on the game clock. Maya Halverson inbounds it to Jensen. Jensen over to Roovers. Back to Jensen. Brooke over to Lexi. Lexi directing traffic out there. And Brooke thought about the three. Gets it over to Amara. Kicks it over to Casey, and Casey couldn't handle the pass. Pass was a little bit behind, but Casey's probably going to tell you, I probably should have had it. Minute 46 to go. Vermillion needs a defensive stop here. That pass right into the hands of Amara Thomas, though. So Vermillion does get it back. A minute 42 to go. And that's going to be a foul. And that's going to be a foul on Ruby Rice. And that's going to be Rice's third. Rice now with 3 personals. Third team foul as Halverson and Wallen check in. Hansen and Thomas check out. So Casey on the sideline inbounds it to Taylor Roovers. A minute 34 to go. Roovers to Jensen. And here's Halverson. Halverson drives into the paint. Kicks it out to Roovers. Roovers will drive in. Kicks it out to Casey Hansen. Casey for 3. That's going to be just off. But rebound into the hands of Crystal Loninger. Minute 13 to go. Vermillion with a 5-point lead, 22-17 here in quarter number 2. Hortness out to Sailor Loninger. Sailor, pull up, no good. Rebound into the hands of Madigan Wallen, given off to Brooke Jensen. So 55 seconds to go. 30 seconds on the shot clock. Roovers over to Wallen, into the hands of Hansen. Casey back to Wallen. And that is going to be a foul called on. That's going to be a foul called on Hortness, I believe. That'll be Hortness's first. No, number 12. Not quite sure who they called that on. Can't quite tell. As Vermillion will inbound, they did not update. Yeah, okay, so that was on number 12. That was on Kennedy Hansen. So Vermillion will inbound a fresh 35-second shot clock. 3-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. So Roovers gets it across the timeline, midcourt, not the timeline. They were inbounding from the side. 30 seconds to go. And Kennedy Hansen steals it from Roovers. They're again, just allowing a lot of contact. It's really changing the direction of some things. So 22-17, 20 seconds to go. Hortness in the paint. Gets it off to Tara Nelson. Nelson up with the right hand, and she will miss. That'll be out of bounds off of Sisseton, or off of Vermillion. So Sisseton will inbound with 10 seconds to go. As they get it out to Tara Nelson. Over to Sailor Loninger, down to Krista. Krista turnaround jumper, and that will drop in. So 22-19 with 1 second to go. Now 1.1 seconds as that ball was knocked out of bounds. Vermillion will inbound, likely ending at 22-19. Taylor not able to get a shot off. So Vermillion outscored 9-6 there in the second quarter. We'll be back with our Fast Autoglass halftime show. Vermillion leads on the Mesaba scoreboard 22-19. This is Tanager Basketball, brought to you by First Dakota National Bank. Alongside Jake Logue, I'm Michael Schumacher, and this is Tanager Basketball.
Hey kids, it's never too early to start planning for your future. Did you know Mesaba provides scholarships and tuition assistance? They are committed to your success, offering engineering, drafting, and welding opportunities, plus scholarships, job shadowing, and mentorship programs. Learn more at mesabainc.com/career. When I grow up, I want to work at Mesaba.
Mesaba Manufacturing, unlock your future and rock with us.
A game without a crowd is just a scrimmage. A performance without an audience is just a rehearsal. Without your presence, high school sports and the performing arts aren't possible. Ensure that these essential extracurricular activities continue to enrich the lives of students in South Dakota. Purchase a ticket to your local high school's game or performance.
This message presented by the SDHSAA.
At Voyage Federal Credit Union, we believe in giving back to the community that supports us. That's why our employees make it a priority to volunteer their time and talents to make a difference. Whether it's improving local causes, fighting hunger, or supporting our local zoo, our team is dedicated to making a positive impact in the lives of those around us. We're more than just a financial institution. We're a part of the community, working together to make it a better place for everyone. Your community, your credit union. Voyage Federal Credit Union.
Jordan Kirkman here from downtown Vermillion's American Family Insurance Office. We love being part of the community and want to help with your insurance needs. So stop in today and see me, Jordan Kirkman, sales specialist with Buchelman & Associates, located at 112 West Main Street, or call 605-624-2025. And if you're in Yankton, be sure to stop by our new office there as well. Go Tanagers and go Yotes.
American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
Welcome back to Vermillion Tanager Basketball, brought to you by First Dakota National Bank. We are in the Fast Autoglass halftime show, where at halftime, Vermillion leads on the Mesaba scoreboard 22-19. They led 16-10 after the first quarter. And then the officials, Jake, it felt like they decided to allow a rugby game to start. I mean...
Yeah, it was definitely very, very physical with, I think there was a total of about 5 or 6 fouls called in the first half, maybe 7. So not a whole lot of fouls called.
Yeah, and unfortunately 2 of them were against Amara, again on Loninger. And I think it's unfortunately Loninger, who's a great player, going to USF in the fall, kind of maybe getting the benefit of some calls, because I really thought Amara was just playing really good defense. And the biggest key is they seem to be able to jostle Taylor without any punishment. So just unfortunate, those 2 key elements. Crystal Loninger has already been to the line 6 times. Vermillion as a team has been to the line 4. And the other element was in that second quarter, Vermillion really went a little cold from the line. Probably the other story is those 4 times they've been to the line, they only hit 1. You would have loved to have seen if they could have hit 3. If they could have made it 3 out of 4, it would be 22-19, which would just be a little bit different. But Vermillion, well, they were led in scoring by Taylor Roovers with 9. All 9 points were in that first quarter. Casey Hansen with 5, Brooke Jensen with 3, and Lexi Hansen with 5. For Sisseton, they're being led by Krista Longager with 9. 8 points for Elliot Hortness. Hortness averages 7 on the season. She hit 2 quick and early 3-pointers and had a 2-pointer and nothing in the second quarter. And then Sailor Longager, she averages 7. She has 2. Shutout for Tara Nelson, Ruby Rice, and Kennedy Hansen. But just a really physical first half. And so we'll have to take a look to see if the officials change up just a little bit, or if they keep calling it the way they have been, and see how Vermillion is able to react. Coming off that big win over Sioux Falls Christian, you hoped there wouldn't be a letdown, and coming off that first quarter, I didn't think there was, and so it really feels like the second quarter is more dictated by the style of play and what the officials were calling and weren't calling, and so we'll see if Vermillion can adjust. All right, well, that is our overview right now. We'll be back with the rest of our Fast Auto Glass halftime show after these messages. This is Vermillion Tanager Basketball, brought to you by First Dakota National Bank on ESPN Radio, 101.5 FM, 1570 AM, and Vermillion streaming on YouTube.
If you're considering a new roof, you want to put your roof in the hands of Dave's Roofing. Dave's Roofing specializes in residential roofing and has over 10 years of experience. Dave's Roofing covers any job from a 60 to 80 mile radius of Sioux City and has a 10-man crew that completes most jobs in one day. Dave's Roofing will make sure the cleanup job is done right afterwards too. And the products installed are impact rated and eligible for homeowners insurance discounts. Look up Dave's Roofing on Facebook and check out the work that's been done and customer testimonials.
For over 40 years, your local heating and cooling contractor has been Larry's Heating and Cooling. How did they stay in business that long? The customers know they stand behind their work. They offer top quality name brand equipment, and no one matches Larry's pricing when compared to the other local Lennox dealers based in Iowa. Larry's is $2,000 less for the same equipment. Not a Larry's customer? When you're ready to upgrade, trust Larry's. Honest prices, no gimmicks, and reliable service. Larry's Heating and Cooling, Yankton and Vermillion.
At Knutson Family Dentistry in Vermillion, they believe a healthy smile opens doors. From routine checkups to cosmetic treatment, their friendly team is there to make your dental experience comfortable and enjoyable. With state-of-the-art technology and a compassionate approach, they ensure your visit is quick and pain-free.
I love my new smile. Thank you, Knutson Family Dentistry.
Knutson Family Dentistry will make your smile shine. Call and schedule your appointment today at Knutson Family Dentistry and discover the difference your smile can make.
The Pizza Ranch Vermillion is your event headquarters. Enjoy the crisp salad bar, the country's best chicken, and fresh pizza. Want a custom pizza? Just ask. We are proud to offer the buffet your way. And the Fun Zone Arcade features 36 games, 2 golf simulators, and full bar. Perfect for pregame, tailgates, and parties. Have a business meeting, team, or office party? Reserve the Dakota Center. It holds up to 300 people. Order online at pizzaranch.com for delivery, or circle your wagons and make Pizza Ranch your tailgate place next to USG.
Welcome to Vermillion Tanager Basketball at the Fast Auto Glass halftime show. Tanager Basketball is brought to you by First Dakota National Bank. I'm Michael Schumacher alongside Jake Logue. We're at the half. Vermillion leads 22-19. Let's take a look around the state. What else is going on? We're here at the DAK XII NEC Clash. In the auxiliary gym, in the first game, Redfield beat Madison 38-26, so NEC took that one. But here in the main gym, Lennox beat Clark Willow Lake 60-26, so 1-1. And Del Rapids currently leads dual with 5 minutes to go, 54-39. So maybe chalk another one up in the DAK XII column. And here, Vermillion, the DAK XII team, leads Sisseton by a score of 22-19. Elsewhere in basketball, girls here on AA, Huron Sturgis tied at 24 with 7 minutes to go. O'Gorman leads Rapid City Central 54-26 with 5 minutes to go. Brandon Valley and Rapid City Stevens. Brandon Valley leads 19-11 with 3 minutes to go. And Spearfish leads number 4 Mitchell 52-49 with 1 minute to go. T area and Pier doing battle tonight. And then in Class B, only one score update as Harriet-Selby area and Jones County. Harriet-Selby area beat Jones County 45-43. No score updates in any boys matchups other than Jones County defeated Harriet-Selby area 51-38. So we're about a minute away. We'll see what this second half brings. There were kind of a tale of two quarters as far as how it was officiated and how it was called. We'll see how they come out and if Vermillion's able to adjust, if they continue calling it as physically as they did. Vermillion looking to get some good seed points and position themselves in Region 4A. Region 4A again was Sioux Falls Christian, Dakota Valley, Elk Point Jefferson, and Vermillion. So, we're hoping for a good outcome. Put your predictions in the stream. Type it on in there, and we'll give you a shout out. I do see Mari. Mary gave us a Go Vermillion Tanager Girls. Zach gave us a Go Tanagers, and then Linda Alvey, let's go Tanagers. So I'll give you a shout out. Here we go. Beginning of the fourth quarter, Taylor Roovers with the ball, gets it over to Casey Hansen. Casey drives in, kicks it out to Brooke. Brooke for three, just off the back iron. Rebound there by Tara Nelson. Nelson gets it over to Hortness. Hortness gets it into Ruby Rice, who has 3 fouls. And they try to get it down low to Loninger. They do. Kick it out to Hortness. They try to get it down low to Loninger. They do. And up and no good. But rebound by Sailor Loninger and the putback. So 22-21, down to a 1-point lead for the Tanagers. Taylor Roovers pretty much isolated, neutralized in that second quarter. Halverson gets it over to Casey Hansen. Hansen back out to Halverson. Halverson gets it to Roovers. And there you have to call a foul there. And I don't know if you call it on Rice or on Tara Nelson. If it's Rice, no, it's on Tara Nelson. That is her second. I mean, Ruby Rice was holding onto her leg like a child onto a parent there. So I was surprised they didn't call something there. But here's Roovers now with a fresh 35 seconds. She drives into the paint. Gets it off to Madigan. Madigan with the bounce pass over to Hansen. Good defense by Sisseton. Really affecting this Tanager team. As Roovers will drive in, pull up for the three. And off the back iron. That rebound there by Hortness. She's picked up by Casey. Central Farmers Cooperative starting 5 for Vermillion. Casey, Maya, Taylor, Brooke, and Madigan. And there's a steal by Roovers. 3-point attempt, no good by Casey, into the hands of Krista Loninger. Casey Hansen tries to get back, and they get it out to Elliot Hortness. Down to Loninger. And no good, but Loninger gets the rebound, just using her size advantage. That's going to be out of bounds off of Krista Loninger. So 22-21, we're 2 minutes into this second quarter, or second half. And Roovers goes in the lane, no good. Rebound there by Sailor Loninger. Boy, Taylor's getting jostled and no calls, so just interesting. Here's Ruby Rice, gets it down low to Sailor. Sailor drives in on Maya. Sailor Loninger out to Ruby Rice. Ruby drives in, up with the right hand, and cannot get it to fall. Rebound there, Casey Hansen. And we'll see who the call is on. Is it on Rice or is it on, or did they call it? Oh, they called a jump ball. Oh, man. Wow. So Rice gets it up top to Hortness. Hortness thought about the three. Drives in. They're going to call a foul on Madigan Wallen. I mean, I'm not quite sure what game these guys are watching to call it down at one end and not the other. I'm sorry. If you think I'm biased, I am. So Madigan Wallen with her first personal, first team. I'm not going to get a letter. People know me. So there's Elliot Hortness. Hortness with her first free throw. 22-22, 5:28 to go. Let's go Birds. That's right, Chad. 22-22, so looking to take their first lead in a long time, and Hortness gives them that. 23-22. Sisseton with the lead. It's now an 11-0 run for Sisseton since midway through that second quarter. Roovers over to Jensen. Jensen will take a three. That's going to be short. They're going to call a foul on Maya Halverson. That's Maya's second personal, second team. As they get the ball to Tara Nelson. Get it ahead to Ruby Rice. Down low to Sailor Loniger. Up to Krista. Krista Loniger gets that put in. Now it's a 3-point lead for Sisseton. That matches their biggest lead of the game. Was 2-2 at one point, or 5-2. So here's Jensen. Guarded out there by Tara Nelson. Here's Halverson driving into the paint. Up with the right hand. And no foul called. Out of bounds, though, off of Sisseton. That will stay with Vermillion. So Hansen on the baseline will drive in. We'll get it into Jensen. Jensen back over to Hansen. Hansen for three. Yes, nothing but net for Casey Hansen. Back tied at 25-25. Boy, that Vermillion had gone cold. It had been about 8 or 9 minutes without a score, and that pass is too high for Krista Loniger from Ruby Rice, and Vermillion will take possession. Inbound here. And so back to tie score. Coach Sarah Lincoln wants a timeout for Sisseton. We'll take a timeout as well. Brought to you by Murph's Appliance on Main Street in Vermillion. This timeout will be a full timeout. We'll be back with 4:26 to go on ESPN Radio and Vermillion streaming on YouTube.
The Dairy Queen Grill and Chill in Vermillion is proud to support local athletics like USD and the Tanagers. The DQ fall flavors are in, and DQ has great food at great prices. Get a $7 meal deal. Choose from a cheeseburger or 3-piece chicken basket with fries, a drink, and a sundae for only $7. Got an office team party or birthday party? If you want to celebrate, don't bake, buy a DQ cake. And DQ supports the Sanford Children's Network. So after the game, take your team for a thrill to the Dairy Queen Grill and Chill, 905 East Cherry Street, Vermillion, South Dakota.
Truckers, commercial fleet, car owners, when you need a DOT inspection, you need a battery, oil change, diagnostic, or specialized tire service for farm, auto, and heavy equipment, JFI will get your vehicle repaired and washed and back on the road. JFI proudly supports Vermillion Tanagers, the community of Vermillion, in business for nearly 100 years for a reason. JFI is the best, and that's no lie. JFI 1218 Compton Court, Vermillion.
Welcome back to Vermillion Tanager Basketball, brought to you by First Dakota National Bank. I'm Michael Schumacher alongside Jake Logue. We have a tie game. We have a barn burner. Vermillion did lead 22-12 at one point. Sisseton has come back on the back of Krista Loniger, just a great player from who will be going to USF in the fall. Here's Brooke Jensen. Drives in, kicks it back out to Casey Hansen. Brooke for three. Off the back iron. Brooke it's not quite feeling it tonight for Brooke, unfortunately. Ruby Rice with 3 fouls. Gets it down to Hortness. And that ball is stolen away by Roovers. Nice defensive work there by Vermillion. Roovers drives in, and she's going to get the foul and the and one attempt as Taylor just finally took it in. And kind of 1-on-2, 1-on-3. And so they're going to call a foul on. Wow. And that's on Tara Nelson. That's Nelson's third. So checking out is Elliot Hortness. Checking in is Kennedy Hansen. Hansen gave Roovers fits earlier. She has some really quick hands, a really good defense. So Roovers, the and one. Oh, off the back iron. Taylor is 0 for 3 today from the free throw line. Very un-Taylor-like. 27-25. Vermillion now leads. 3:47 to go in this third quarter. Sailor Loniger gets it down low to Krista. Wow, nice pass, and Krista's going to be fouled on the shot and makes it, so she'll go to the line for the and one. And that's going to be on Wallen. That's Madigan's second. Team's third. In come Lexi Hansen and Amara Thomas for Madigan and Maya. So the official's discussing something. Not quite sure. Not quite sure what they're discussing. Now the officials come over to the scorer's table. So we'll see what this conversation ends up being. So 3 officials getting together and the official scorer at the table. And in comes Fallon Hawkins for the first time. Oh, they charged a foul on Ruby Rice. I'm not quite sure. They say Ruby Rice has 4 fouls now. Is that what the official? Yeah, so Ruby Rice gets her 4th foul, so she goes to the bench. Here's Lexi Hansen on the block, up with the left hand, unable to connect. As Krista Longer had hit that free throw. Not quite sure what happened with Ruby Rice. So here's Fallon Hawkins, goes in, unable to connect, gets her own rebound. Here's Sailor Loninger, unable to connect. And that's going to be a foul, I believe, on Krista Loninger, as she ends up on top of Brooke Jensen. And that will be on Krista. That is her 2nd personal. It was a good takedown, though. I think she could have pinned Brooke. 1, 2, 3. Brooke was like, oh no. 27-28, Vermillion trails on the Masaba scoreboard. 2:57 to go. Here's Roovers. Roovers gets it over to Casey Hansen. Hansen drives in, kicks it out to Roovers. Roovers picked up there by Sailor Loninger. 13 seconds on the shot clock. Taylor over to Brooke. Brooke with a little jumper. Unable to connect. Rebound. Taylor Roovers, though. Hansen for 3. Yes! Nothing but net for Casey Hansen. Assist. Taylor Roovers. Vermillion now with a 2-point lead, 30-28. Long cross-court pass to Hawkins. Hawkins from the left side. Wow. Unable to connect, though, and that's going to be out of bounds off of... Looks like it's off of Vermillion. So Sisseton will... Oh, no, it's off of Sisseton. Okay. Nobody seemed to know for sure. He didn't really point a hand in either direction. And so Taylor Roovers with 2:13 to go will bring the ball up, looking to give Vermillion a bigger lead. They lead 30-28 right now. Brooke Jensen gets it over to Lexi Hansen. Hansen over to Taylor Roovers. Roovers, she's been stifled, but she is doing what she can as Brooke Jensen drives in on Krista Loninger. Over to Casey Hansen for 3. No good. Rebound there by Krista Loninger. And that ball is knocked out of bounds by Taylor Roovers. 32 seconds on the shot clock. Nice job by Taylor to get a hand up there. And again, give us your score prediction or your winner's prediction. Fallon Hawkins with the ball. Again, Fallon Hawkins, I didn't have her in the rosters doing a lot. Nice block there by Brooke Jensen. Ball hits the floor, and that is going to be a jump ball. That will be a jump ball, as that is Brooke's 5th block. As Taylor Roovers, her ponytail came out, so she's tightening that thing up. That's how physical it is out there. Minute 31 to go. Vermillion leads 30-28. They do have possession due to the jump ball. So on the Masaba scoreboard, 30-28, a minute 28 to go. Tanager basketball brought to you by First Dakota National Bank. We haven't had a lot of timeouts taken, but they're brought to you by Murph's Appliance on Main Street in Vermillion. Ooh, I think the assistant wanted to travel on Amara, and I can see why. Here's Casey Hansen from the corner. Oh, unable to get it to fall. Nice save by Tara Nelson, but into the hands of Vermillion. They get it down low to Amara, who gets it out to Roovers. Roovers thought about the 3. Back out to Lexi. Lexi will take the 3. That'll just be off the back iron. Rebound there by Fallon Hawkins. Hawkins gets it far ahead to Sailor Loninger. Sailor gets it out to Tara Nelson. 45 seconds to go. We're kind of back to that first quarter frenetic pace here. Sailor for 3. No good. Rebound, Krista Loninger, though. And she'll get that. No, that will not go. And Krista will go to the line now to shoot 2, as she is fouled, I believe, by Casey Hansen and hit the deck hard. Oh, she's limping a little bit. We'll see if that's just from being stunned just a little bit, or if that's something to worry about if you're a Sisseton fan, as Casey Hansen picks up her first. Loninger with 14 points, and there's going to be a timeout. Taking a full timeout, we'll take one as well. Brought to you by Murph's Appliance on Main Street in Vermillion. 30-28 with 32 seconds in quarter number 3. Tanagers lead.
Are you ready to start a career with an exciting team? Thermobond is looking to add to our team of experts. We offer competitive wages, a positive work environment, and on-the-job training. Thermobond is headquartered in Elk Point, South Dakota, and for over 30 years we've been providing lightweight and precast solutions for multiple industries nationwide. Check us out and see if you'd like to start a new career with us today.
Welcome back to Vermillion Tanager basketball, brought to you by First Dakota National Bank. Coming out of that Murph's Appliance timeout, Krista Loninger will be going to the line to shoot 2. Looking to tie it up. Vermillion leads 30-28 on the Mesaba scoreboard. A very physical matchup. Bodies hitting the floor. That's by Drowning Pool, isn't it?
You are correct.
Yes, so that's kind of the theme song. What's that?
2008, if I'm not wrong.
That's kind of the theme song. Krista hits that first one, giving her 15 points on the night. So you might as well buckle in, go get a soda, go get a snack, because this is going to be a barn burner of a fourth quarter. Loninger's second free throw up and good. She is now 8 for 9 from the free throw line. Vermillion is 1 for 5. That might be your story of the game. Casey Hansen with the ball, gets it over to Taylor. Taylor cuts through the defense, gets over the timeline. And the other story might be that Ruby Rice is on the bench for Vermillion, for Sisseton right now with 4 fouls here in the third quarter. Taylor, as the shot clock is off, is working the ball down. Taylor kicks it out to Casey. Casey into the paint, kicks it out to Brooke. Brooke for 3. No good, but rebound into the hands of Fallon Hawkins. And that is going to be the way the quarter ends. So Vermillion 30. Sisseton 30. We'll be back with this barn burner of a fourth quarter after this. Timeout brought to you by Murph's Appliance on Main Street in Vermillion.
Welcome to Runnings in Vermillion. Shop their great lineup of clothes for women. Names like Ariat and Carhartt for men. Boots and shoes and kids' clothing. Runnings has a large supply of animal food and accessories. Love the outdoors? See the selection of ammo, firearms, and fishing equipment. For everything you need, walk through the doors at Runnings, your home, farm, and outdoor store, Vermillion.
I'm Blaine Olson, owner of Blaine's Body Shop in Vermillion. I grew up here, graduated here, and now have a business here. I'm proud to serve the community that has helped me live this dream. I have top-notch equipment, the latest in training, along with a work ethic and the desire to serve you. Should you need repairs in the future, please remember Blaine's Body Shop across from Polaris on the Highway 50 bypass in Vermillion.
Blaine's Body Shop. Automotive collision repair.
Now online at blainsbodyshop.com.
Welcome back to Vermillion Tanager basketball, brought to you by First Dakota National Bank. On the Mesaba scoreboard, we're tied at 30. Heading into the fourth quarter. That between quarters timeout brought to you by Murph's Appliance. Sisseton will begin with possession. The Central Farmers Cooperative starting lineup for Vermillion. Taylor, Maya, Casey, who just stole the ball, goes in with the left hand, and she's going to be fouled by Kennedy Hansen. So it's Casey, Maya, Taylor, Madigan, and Brooke out there for Vermillion as Kennedy Hansen, she gets her second personal, first team as Casey goes to the line to shoot 2. Out there for Sisseton, you have Kennedy Hansen, Elliot Hortness, Saylor, and Krista Loninger, and Tara Nelson. And the first one for Casey goes through. Gives her 12 points on the night. As Ruby Rice checks in for Kennedy Hansen. Ruby Rice again playing with 4 fouls. Second free throw for Casey is good. 32-30, Vermillion with the lead. And here's Elliot Hortness. Gets it off to Ruby Rice. Rice gets it back to Hortness. Good ball movement to break the press. They try to get it down low to Saylor. Another steal, this one by Maya. Oh, and Maya traveled. She tried to stop and was sliding, and so unfortunately a turnover back over to Sisseton. Those are the kind of errors that you just can't have against a team as good as Sisseton. Sisseton, one of the top 10, 15 teams in the state. Ooh, Casey almost had a steal there. Ruby Rice drives in. And that's going to be out of bounds off of Brooke Jensen. I think Sisseton wanted to foul, but Brooke was there. I mean, I think it was a good no call. I think if they're going to call something, it might have been offensive, but good no call. Kennedy Hansen looks to check back in. And she'll check in for Elliot Hortness. Hortness was really hot in that first half. She's cooled down a little bit as they get the ball up top to Saylor. Stolen away by Maya again, who gets it off to Taylor Roovers. So 7:19 to go. This 40 seconds of this fourth quarter have just been action-packed already. As Maya gets it down to Brooke. Brooke sees an open lane. And that jumper is blocked by Saylor. And that's going to be out of bounds off of Ruby Rice. And so that'll go back to Vermillion with 35 seconds. We're still not even a minute into this fourth quarter. Action-pack, exactly, you're right. Casey Hansen gets the ball up top to Maya Halverson. Halverson over to Brooke. Brooke at the top of the key over to Casey. Casey gets it to Taylor. Taylor looks to drive in, kicks it over to Maya. Brooke drives into the paint, up at the left hand, and no good, but they're going to get a foul called on someone. That's going to be a foul on Krista Loninger, her third. Now, I don't know with 6:49 to go if you start worrying too much, but if she gets another one, you wonder if you start driving into the paint just a little bit more to see if you can get that fourth one on her as Brooke goes to the line to shoot two. First free throw is up and good for Brooke. Vermillion now has a 3-point lead with 6:49 to go on the Masaba scoreboard. Second free throw for Brooke is pure. 34-30, 6:49 to go on the Masaba scoreboard. Tara Nelson loses the ball to Maya Halverson, gets it off to to Taylor Roovers. Good trapping defense by the Tanagers there. Here's Halverson over to Roovers. Roovers drives in, floater up, cannot get it to fall, and that's going to be a foul on Tara Nelson, I believe. Okay. And that's going to be her fourth. Now, earlier I said I'm biased, and I am. So when I say this, you have to know where it's coming from. I didn't see the foul there.
I didn't either. I actually thought that might have been an offensive foul against Vermillion. But
that's what I thought they were going to call. So Taylor hits her first free throw, making it 35-30. So Sisseton people, if you're watching, trust me, I'm calling it like I sees it. Taylor hits the second. She's now 2 for 5 from the line. 36-30. Vermillion now leads as Tara Nelson gets it into Kennedy Hansen. Nice job getting it into Ruby Rice. Rice gets it across the timeline. Krista down to Saylor, and that's going to be knocked out of bounds by Taylor Roovers out of Saylor Loninger's hand. So Kennedy Hansen on the baseline looks to get it in. Gets it into Saylor Loninger. They were so focused on Krista. They left Saylor wide open. So 36-32, Vermillion with a 4-point lead. 6:11 to go. Madigan Wallen gets it up to Maya Halverson at the top of the key. Guarded by Tara Nelson. Tara's not feeling those 4 fouls. She was very aggressive defensively. Taylor out to Wallen. Wallen drives in, kicks it out to Maya. Over to Brooke, who will take that 3. That'll be off the back iron. And Wallen creates a jump ball, and I believe that'll favor Vermillion. Nice job by Madigan on that one. So 5:48 to go, 4-point lead for the Tanagers. Fresh 35 seconds. They get it into Brooke. Brooke, who's having a bit of a cold night from the 3-point line, gets it out to Wallen, over to Taylor. Over to Halverson on the left-hand side, 5:36 to go. Taylor gets it to Brooke. They get a cutting Halverson. Halverson up with the left hand and in. Nice job by Maya for her first points of the night. And Brooke gets an assist. Nice court vision there as Kennedy Hansen loses the ball to Roovers. Roovers with the steal. And back to Tara Nelson. So back and forth. And Krista Loninger up and in for Krista Loninger. 38-34, 3 minutes gone here in the fourth quarter. I told you, buckle up. We're in for a wild ride. Here's Brooke Jensen, guarded by Krista. Brooke. Oh, that pass by Brooke, just a little soft. But Ruby Rice, wow. Timeout taken by Sarah Lincoln, and it's going to be a full timeout, so we'll take one as well. Brought to you by Murph's Appliance on Main Street in Vermillion.
Get the finest wood in the neighborhood. Down at the lumberyard.
But it's not just wood at the lumberyard. With a wide variety of quality building materials, the folks at the lumberyard can help you with all of your project needs. Whether it be paint, siding, cabinets, windows, or of course lumber, the lumberyard is ready to help. The best wood in the neighborhood at the lumberyard, 1000 West Cherry Street in Vermillion. Midwest Ready Mix and Clark's Rentals are your locally owned and operated ready mix and rental companies available in both Yankton and Vermillion. The Oshkosh front discharge mixers allow for easy placement of concrete, and they're nearly unstoppable. More of a do-it-yourself fan? You can also get all your hand tools, mini excavators, skid steers, aerial lift equipment, and more for any job you need to get done. Choose Midwest Ready Mix and Clark's Rentals as your concrete and rental equipment headquarters of Yankton and Vermillion.
Welcome back to Vermillion Tanager Basketball, brought to you by First Dakota National Bank. Vermillion leads 38-34 with 4:48 to go in this fourth quarter on the Mesaba scoreboard. Coming out of that Murph's Appliance timeout, story for Sisseton might be Ruby Rice and Tara Nelson, both with 4 fouls, and Krista Loniger with 3. Here's Kennedy Hansen, gets the ball to Saylor Loniger. Saylor gets it over to Ruby Rice, will drive in. Nice defense there by Madigan Wallen. And Ruby Rice will take the long 2, and she will connect for her first points. Ruby Rice averages 5. So with 4:19 to go, Vermillion leads 38-36. To get it back to Taylor, over to Maya. Maya gets the ball to Madigan on the left side, over to Brooke Jensen. Brooke, over to Maya. Maya's picked up there. Just good defense by this Redmen team. Taylor will take that 3, though. Oh, no, off the iron. That's going to be out of bounds. Maya Halverson. Man, that would have been nice if Taylor could have hit that. I think she was almost so wide open she was a little shocked. That's the whole thing. Wow, nice job as they get it ahead to Saylor Loniger, but Taylor had to foul. Otherwise, that was going to be a lay-in. That'll be Taylor Ruver's first personal, as Lexi Hansen will be checking in. Taylor Rivers with her first personal, first team foul. And Saylor Loniger goes to the line for the first time today. First free throw for Saylor, up and in. Lexi comes in for Maya. Second free throw for Saylor, up and good. We are tied. Tied at 38 with 3:52 to go. Taylor Rivers bringing the ball up. Might be time for Taylor just to take it in, see if she can get a foul. They have, with Krista getting her third, they have not tried to drive it in as much as I thought they would. Here's Jensen for 3. Will she make it? Yes! Nothing but net for Brooke Jensen. She hits her first three-pointer of the night. And Brooke Jensen with the steal under the basket and cannot connect, gets a rebound. Rebound into Casey Hansen, who gets it out to Taylor. And Coach Brooks wants to take a timeout as Brooke is upset with some of those misses. We'll be back right after this. Murph's Appliance timeout on Main Street in Vermillion.
This is your invitation to thrive in Yankton, South Dakota. Nestled on the bluffs of the Missouri River, plenty of outdoor adventures are waiting. Whether you work remote or in a traditional office, we have a spot for you. Quality health care, diverse manufacturing, progressive school system, Mount Marty University, and so much more. Explore with family and friends. Let's thrive together.
Welcome back to Vermillion Tanager Basketball, brought to you by First Dakota National Bank. Coming out of that Murph's Appliance timeout, Vermillion leads 41-38. But Brooke, just a little upset. She had a nice steal, but was unable to connect under the basket. Got the rebound, unable to connect again, and you could just see just a little upset. I think Coach Brooks wanted to calm her down, calm the team down. So with 3:18 to go on the Mesaba scoreboard, Vermillion leads 41-38. This is Tanager Basketball, brought to you by First Dakota National Bank. I'm Michael Schumacher alongside Jacob Logue as Vermillion looks to cap off a good week of Tanager basketball. A doubleheader victory over Beersford on Tuesday. Girls beating Sioux Falls Christian on Thursday. Boys beating Groton area last night. So you'd love to cap it off with a win over Sisseton as you head into that Dakota Valley doubleheader on senior night on Tuesday at the Birdcage. So inbounding for Vermillion will be Casey Hansen. Ruby Rice guarding Casey as they get it into Taylor. Taylor brings it back around to the middle, guarded by Kennedy Hansen. Taylor over to Lexi. Oh, Lexi and Taylor miscommunicated, and that's going to be out of bounds. Oh, but it was tipped out of bounds by Sisseton. So tipped out of bounds by Sisseton. Boy, I will take it, but I'm not quite sure. As they get the ball to Taylor. As Tara Nelson was fighting for the ball. Taylor Roovers with a short little jumper, unable to connect. Rebound there by Sailor Loniger. And they're going to call a foul on Brooke Jensen. So Brooke with her first personal. As Vermillion with that 3-point lead now. That was their second team foul. Elliot Hortness to inbound for Sisseton. Gets the ball into Ruby Rice, who gets it to Hortness. Hortness gets it ahead to Sailor Loniger. Sailor drives in and tries to get it over to Krista, and that is stolen away by Taylor Roovers. Nice job there for Vermillion to get a nice defensive stop as there's now 2:40 left to go. Vermillion would love to get 2 more points on the board, maybe even 3. Wallen drives in, and that's going to be a blocking foul, I think, on... Is it going to be on Tara or Sailor? That's going to be the huge call. And it is on Tara Nelson. That is Nelson's. Oh, they only have her down for 4. Okay, I had her down for 4 already, so. Taylor Roovers for 3. Oh, cannot get it to fall. Rebound to Ruby Rice. Hortness gets it ahead to Krista Loniger. Not quite sure how Krista got so far behind the defense, but Loniger's going to be fouled there by Lexi Hansen. That'll be Hansen's second personal. I'm not quite sure how Krista was able to get so far behind the defense. Coach Brooks is going to have some stuff that he wants to talk to his team about. So Loniger going to the line to shoot 2 with 2:19 to go and makes that. She has been nothing but money from the line. 9 for 10 tonight. 9 of her 19 points have come from the line. 39-41 Vermillion leads. Make it 40-41. So Sisseton now within 1 with 2:18 to go. Roovers brings the ball up. As they get the ball over to Lexi Hansen. And Madigan Wallen over to Brooke Jensen. To Casey. Good close defense, but again, Ruby Rice with 4 fouls. Has not committed one this quarter, though, as Lexi gets it over to Wallen. Casey Hansen thought about the 3. She'll pull up from the free throw line and drain it. Nice job by Casey to stem the tide, giving Vermillion that 3-point lead again. Full court press for Vermillion. Tara Nelson has that ball knocked away into the hands of Ruby Rice, though, as they do get it across midcourt over to Hortness. Sailor Loniger tries to get it down low to Krista, and that's going to be a jump ball. Nice job by Taylor Roovers. So that will favor Sisseton, I believe. So Maya Halverson checks in. Lexi Hansen checks out. As Elliot Hortness looks to inbound on the baseline. They get it up top to Sailor. So 1:31 to go. 3-point lead for the Tanagers. As Ruby Rice guarded by Taylor Roovers. Here's Tara Nelson guarded by Casey Hansen. And that ball is out of bounds off of Ruby Rice's hands. So Vermillion has a chance to, with 1:20 to go, to work down this clock. Try to get it to a 5-point lead. 6-point lead if you take a 3. So Casey gets it into the hands of Taylor Roovers. Roovers will walk it up. Tara Nelson providing some coverage there. As Roovers drives in, she's going to drive into the paint up at the right hand, and that's going to be a foul. We'll see who that's on. As Taylor grabs her midsection there. And that is going to be on Sailor Loniger. And a timeout taken by Vermillion. We'll take a timeout as well. This is a full timeout brought to you by Murph's Appliance on Main Street in Vermillion.
Starting the first bank in South Dakota was the easy part, earning the confidence of local farmers, helping families account for their dreams, and securing the future for countless businesses took us a little longer. We owe it to the hard workers, big dreamers, and forward thinkers out there. Thank you for making South Dakota a great place to call home.
Welcome back to Vermillion Tanager Basketball, brought to you by First Dakota National Bank. I'm Michael Schumacher alongside Jacob Logue, coming out of that Murph's Appliance timeout on the Mesaba scoreboard. 1:10 to go. Vermillion leads 43-40. This has been the game, every bit the game we thought it was going to be. Vermillion, it's been very back and forth. Vermillion led 16-10 after 1, 22-19 after 2. It was tied at 30 heading into this quarter, and it's been nothing but back and forth since. The story of the game, Vermillion's gone a little cold from the outside. Sisseton does have 2 players with 4 fouls, Tara Nelson and Ruby Rice, but now that plays less of a role. Taylor Ruvers is at the line to shoot 2. Vermillion leading by 3. This can make it a 2-possession game. First free throw from Taylor is up and good. So Taylor makes it a 4-point game with 1:10 to go. You got to love that if you're a Tanager fan. Second free throw for Taylor, up and good. All right. 15 points on the night for Taylor. Here's Ruby Rice with the ball. 1:10 to go, 6 to go. Here's Elliot Horsness, defended by Maya Halverson. Good defensive stop by Vermillion would be great. Oh, and they're going to call a foul on Maya Halverson. That'll be Halverson's third. They're going to call it on the shot. Wow. I thought it was just good defense, but if I were a Sisseton fan, I'd probably agree with the call. I mean, I think it was that close. Could have gone either way. So Elliot Hortness at the line to shoot 2. She now has 11 points on the night. Hortness came in averaging 6.9, so she's above her average for the season. She's looking to make it a 3-point game. So Hortness, free throw is up and good. So Hortness now 4 for 4 from the line. Ruvers with the ball, guarded by Tara Nelson. Ruvers drives through Nelson and Rice, who both have 4 fouls. 46 seconds to go. 21-second difference between the shot clock and the game clock. Taylor gets the ball to Casey, back to Taylor, and that's going to be a foul on Tara Nelson, and that will be Tara's 5th personal. So Nelson will foul out, and that will send Taylor to the line to shoot 2. So checking in, back in is Sailor Loniger. So Sailor and Krista Loniger, Ruby Rice, Elliot Horsness, and Kennedy Hansen out there for Sisseton. Taylor Ruvers at the line, leaves that one just short. And it looks like she might have gotten hit in the face, and so don't know if that's affecting her, but stoppage in play. I think they're checking for blood. I'm not quite sure. Coach Sarah Lincoln had asked the officials to check something. So Taylor at the line, shooting the second of 2. Free throw is up and will not fall. Rebound there by Krista Loniger. As it's Ruby Rice, brings the ball across, guarded by Casey Hansen. 45-42, 32 seconds to go. Sailor Loniger gets it down to Krista. Krista up and in. It's now a 1-point game. And that's going to be a timeout taken by Coach Sarah Lincoln. We'll take a timeout as well, brought to you by, it's a 30-second timeout, so we're just going to keep it here. It's a 30-second timeout brought to you by Murph's Appliance on Main Street in Vermillion. Murph's Appliance for about 30 years serving the Vermillion community. 45, 44, 23.1 seconds to go. Vermillion leads on the Mesaba scoreboard. Again, this is Tanager Basketball brought to you by First Dakota National Bank. We've been here for a great one. We hope you've been enjoying this. I'm Michael Schumacher alongside Jacob Logue. Vermillion, They're being led by Taylor Roovers. Roovers with 15 points. Casey Hansen, I should say, also with 15 points. 30 of Vermillion's 45. Brooke Jensen, she has 8. And then Lexi Hansen has 5. Maya Halverson with 2. So Vermillion breaks to the huddle. So for Vermillion, these final 23 seconds, it's Casey, Maya, Madigan, Taylor, and Brooke. For Sisseton, it's Kennedy Hansen, Ruby Rice, Elliot Horsness, Krista, and Sailor Loniger. As Brooke Jensen gets it into Casey Hansen, and Hansen is going to be fouled by Ruby Rice, who will be fouled out. That will be her 5th personal. And checking in for Sisseton will be Fallon Hawkins, the 5'6", 8th grader. So Hawkins checks in. So Casey Hansen looking to, well, she'd love to hit 2 of these. So Hansen's first free throw is up and not good. So Vermillion free throws could end up being the story of the game. That one does go in, so it's now a 2-point game. 46-44 in favor of Vermillion with 20 seconds to go. The next foul for Vermillion will result in free throws as well, so they do need to be careful. And that's a timeout taken by Coach Sarah Lincoln. And this will be a full timeout, so we'll be back in 30 seconds. This timeout brought to you by Murph's Appliance on Main Street in Vermillion.
If you want somebody to come into your home and fix everything right the first time, look professional, act professional, treat you with respect, you gotta call Kaylin's. When they come in, I feel that they want to be there. I feel that they want to help me.
You know, they put on the little booties over their shoes. They had canvas from the garage door all the way down to walk on. They left the furnace room in the basement probably cleaner than it was when they came in.
They just do customer service very well. I would recommend Kaylin's to anyone.
Welcome back to Vermillion Tanager Basketball, brought to you by First Dakota National Bank. I'm Michael Schumacher alongside Jacob Logue. Coming out of that Murph's Appliance timeout, Masaba scoreboard shows 46-44. Vermillion with the lead with 15.1 seconds remaining. Sisseton just called a timeout. They have possession. I'm likely trying to get something down to Krista Loniger, maybe even hoping to get an and one. Vermillion's just going to have to play good stand-up defense, maybe even defend it from the front. They've had some trouble getting it into Krista, as Vermillion's done a nice job of front-facing her. Inbounding on the sideline will be Elliot Horsness, and now Coach Brooks wants to take a timeout. This timeout brought to you by Murph's Appliance on Main Street in Vermillion. It's a 30-second. We're just going to keep it right here, baby. We don't want to miss any of this action. So 46-44. This timeout brought to you by Murph's Appliance on Main Street in Vermillion. Again, on the Masaba scoreboard, 46-44. 15.1 seconds to go. Sisseton will be inbounding from the sideline, the far sideline, as you watch on the Vermillion streaming. Coming off that Sioux Falls Christian win, Vermillion really wants to get this victory to secure their seed points and secure their standings in the Region 4A and for the DAK 16 if they're able to get out of Region 4A. So out there for Sisseton, it's Elliot Horsness, Fallon Hawkins, Sailor, and Krista Loninger, and Kennedy Hansen. For Vermillion, it's Brooke Jensen, Maya Halverson, Madigan Wallen, Casey Hansen, and Taylor Roovers. Elliot Horsness to inbound. Gets it into Sailor Loninger, who gets it into Krista. Krista up and in. So 11 seconds to go, and Vermillion calls a timeout. So 10.3 seconds to go. We're tied at 46. So this timeout also brought to you by Murph's Appliance on Main Street in Vermillion. This one's a full, so we'll take a 30-second break. We'll come right back on ESPN Radio and Vermillion streaming on YouTube.
Fuller Digital Solutions started small, but now we're growing as FDS provides live streaming coverage for over 20 schools across 3 different states on our Fuller Digital Solutions YouTube channel. Subscribe to get notified when we go live for your school events. Big events are captured live, and your business can get noticed with advertising during our live streams. Local talent and camera operators are encouraged to contact us too. For future employment, no experience necessary, we will train. For information about advertising or working with Fuller Digital Solutions, email us and follow us on Facebook.
Welcome back to Vermillion Tanager Basketball, brought to you by First Dakota National Bank. We just came out of a Murph's Appliance timeout. Murph's Appliance on Main Street in Vermillion. Well, Michael Schumacher and Jake Logue in Madison for the DAK XII NEC Clash. Doesn't get much better than this. Vermillion 46, Sisseton 46, 10.3 seconds to go. Vermillion coming out of a timeout. They have possession. Who do you go to? Taylor's kind of been your gal. Casey Hansen's been pretty on tonight. I think if you're Taylor, I think you almost take Taylor and just have her drive all the way in because they haven't been able to stop her. And so Sisseton, they are going to send some players down to defend. I was surprised if they weren't going to, because Vermillion would be able to let that ball just kind of roll before that clock starts as they get it into Taylor. Taylor with 9, 8, 7. Taylor looks and surveys, and she's going to drive in, and she's going to be fouled on the shot. Then Taylor going to the line to shoot 2. Taylor fouled by Elliot Horsness. That is Elliot Horsness' first foul of the game. So Taylor goes to the line to shoot 2. 3.1 seconds remaining on the Masaba scoreboard. Woo, baby, this is Tanager basketball. Taylor Ruvers, first free throw, up and good. Taylor Ruvers gives Vermillion the lead. 47-46, 3.1 seconds to go. Well, you'd love to hit this one, make it a 2-point game. Taylor's second free throw up and rolls off. Krista Loniger with the rebound over to Saylor. Saylor to Krista, and they do not get a shot off. Vermillion wins. Vermillion wins. You can hear me say it because Vermillion wins. 47-46. Tanagers get a huge victory. Huge chance at a letdown coming off that big win over Sioux Falls Christian. Now, I hope Coach Brooks will come up. We're going to keep it going here. I do know the next game, they have people that stream, that those Fuller Digital people for EPJ, they think they want our spot, and they're like, no, because we're Vermillion, we're more important, I think. And they can talk to Gabe or Simon if they're all upset about it. But we're going to keep it out there and zoom in as they announce the player of the game. Wow, Casey Hansen presented player of the game for the DAK XII NEC Clash. Casey Hansen out there, she's had a star-struck career, and she's just having a wonderful senior season, had a bit of a slump there, and so great to see her come back and get this one. So we'll be back with our First Dakota National Bank post-game show after these messages from our Vermillion sportscasters. Again, Vermillion wins 47-46. This is Tanager basketball brought to you by First Dakota National Bank.
Clay County Abstract and Title Company has a complex job that boils down to something very simple. Helps your dream with confidence. When investing in a new home, a new site for your business, or piece of property, you want peace of mind that the property is truly yours. Clay County Abstract and Title Company has been doing just that since 1946. Clay County Abstract and Title Company, proud supporters of Vermillion activities and proud to be a part of your dreams come true.
Candice Couture is your complete women's lingerie shop. Bras, underwear, PJs, loungewear, swimwear, sports bras, activewear, and much, much more. Small to 3 extra large and over 200 different sizes of bras. AA to O cup bands 28 to 56 in store. Candice Couture, 17 West Main Street.
Slumberland Furniture in Yankton, the place to shop for your next new mattress. Find brands like Stearns & Foster, Nectar, and the hottest selling mattress, Purple, measured for your comfort and a dream-laden night's sleep. There's the new Adapt by Tempur-Pedic as well. Slumberland Furniture has Flex Steel furniture too, comfy and classy. That's Slumberland Furniture, 2401 Broadway, Yankton. Todd's Electric, your full-service electrical contracting company. Todd's Electric services residential, commercial, agricultural, and industrial customers. From the simplest service call to the most complex design-build project, Todd's Electric has the expertise to do it right. Call Todd's Electric for all your electrical needs. Todd's Electric, helping you control all things electric. Except for lightning. Todd's Electric. Go Tanagers!
Wanting a specialist without leaving town? We've got you covered. Our clinic offers specialists for the health and wellness of your family. From pediatricians to OBGYNs, plus primary care. You can find it all at Vermillion Medical Clinic. So much care, so close to home.
If you're looking for the perfect fit, Vermillion Vision Care Associates fits like the right pair of glasses. Vision Care Associates has its roots in family eye care, and the doctors are well known for being primary eye care providers. With the ability to treat and diagnose a variety of settings, Vermillion Vision Care Associates is the right fit for you. Plus, they can fit you into a new pair of glasses, sunglasses, or contacts that feel just right. With continuing education, see the best doctors at Vermillion Vision Care Associates.
Welcome back to Vermillion Tanager Basketball, brought to you by First Dakota National Bank. Michael Schumacher with Jacob Logue as the Tanagers squeak out a victory over Sisseton and Krista Loninger with the University of Sioux Falls commit. Vermillion wins 47-46. Close one, 16-10. Vermillion led after one, 22-19 at the half they led. Tied after three, they win 47-46. Vermillion was led by Taylor Rivers and Casey Hansen, both with 16 points. Brooke Jensen with 8, Lexi Hansen with 5, and Maya Halverson with 2. Well, Sisseton, they were led by Krista Loninger, who leads them, 24 points, just really 1 point above her average. And then Elliot Horsness, she had 12, which was 5 points above her average. Sailor Loninger had 8, which was 1 point above her average. And then Ruby Rice had 2, 3 points below her average. But no scoring for Kennedy Hansen, no scoring for Tara Nelson. So nice defensive effort by Vermillion. They probably wish they could have had more of an offensive effort. But just you win and you move on. That's what you have to do. So nice win for Vermillion. Good chance at the seed points. I want to thank you all for joining us. I know other people, there's a limited seating up here, and so Vermillion or EPJ is in the next game. And so I was hoping to get Coach Brooks, but I do not see him up here. And Jacob, do you just want to check the stairwell, make sure he's not running up the stairs? And if he is, we'll hold. But otherwise, we will call this a post game because we want to be respectful to our other broadcasters. So again, Tanagers play again at Dakota versus Dakota Valley at home on a Tuesday. Boys, girls doubleheader senior night. If you can make it to the Birdcage, awesome. But if you can't, we'll have you covered here on Vermillion Streaming. Well, with Jacob Logue, I'm Michael Schumacher. This has been Tanager Basketball, brought to you by First Dakota National Bank. We will talk to you on Tuesday, and we hope you'll join us as the Tanagers look to continue their season and maybe secure that second slot, if not first, in Region 4A, which would guarantee them at least home court throughout, if not a bye. All right. We'll be back on Tuesday here on Vermillion Streaming and ESPN Radio. Otherwise, if you just can't get enough of me, and who can, I'll be back with At the Mic from 7 until 9 on ESPN Radio. We have some fun sports talk there, so join us then. All right, for Jacob Logue, I'm Michael Schumacher. We'll talk to you guys later.